Alright. I'm live. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me, and how's my audio and everything? Alright, just trying to set this up. Whoops. How do I just touch without clicking something? Alright, trying to set up all the chats on there. And I'll lower the Odyssey and Rumble unless we have actually people starting to chat a lot there. I'll make it like that. Alright, that should be good. Alright guys, so if you want Odyssey and Rumble chat still there, let me know. Can you guys hear me? How's my audio? I'm gonna see if this is working now. Let's check everything. I'm alive. Jeremy Bartlett's alive. Alright guys. Rotator Emotion says, I'm literally a frog. A little crunchy, maybe turn on the gain. Yeah, for sure. Just because for some reason it shows up like, okay. Yeah, okay, I lowered the gain. How's this? Or should I, here's with zero gain. I'll see how this looks. Hello, testing. Okay, here's with zero gain. Is zero gain good? That's the question. Let's have a listen to myself here. I will unmute this. Here's with zero gain. I'll see how this looks. Hello, testing. Okay, here's with zero gain. Is zero gain good? That's the question. No, I think I'm gonna make it a tiny bit loud. Okay, I'm gonna make it a tiny bit. Let's see how this zero gain is. I will unmute this. Here's with zero gain. I'll see how this looks. Hello, testing. Okay, here's with zero gain. Is zero gain good? That's the question. No, I think I'm gonna make it a tiny bit. Yeah, let's see. Loud. Okay, I'm gonna make it a tiny bit. Let's see how this zero gain is. Zero gain is good, or should I make it a tiny bit more? Someone says a bit too quiet. Okay, I'm gonna make it 1/4 gain. If it's too low, I'll make it a bit louder. It sounds great. Okay, Timothy Sobel's in the house. Let's go. And Jackson Rip Holmes. Let's go. We got a whole bunch of peeps, and there's 17 people already. We are gonna have a fire show. Again, I'll try to stay focused on the streams, guys. I don't know what this means. Please use a frequency of 4 seconds or less. Again, a lot of random stuff. Let's see if this is working. I just want to test this out. Okay, it's working. We are gonna have a fire show. Again, I'll try to. Okay, I think audio is fine. Audio is good. Zero gain. I made it 25% gain, so it's pretty good. Okay. I will. Okay, Jeremy says bit too quiet. Well, I made it 25%. Let me know how that is. Is it still good to see this? Stay focused on the stream. Okay, so we have it all going. We got 3 stuff going on. Yeah. So until we get a comment on the Rumble and other ones, I'll try to minimize them as much. So guys, all right, let's just lower them like that, and we are good to go. All right, so we're good to go. I'll try to power through, because last time it took me like an hour before I finally got into the 9/11 cell phone calls. Oh, good evening, everyone. Let's go. Okay, 9/11 Revisited is in the house, or revisionist, or revisit 9/11. It goes by many names. All right, and yeah, just share this one. Thanks for promoting the stream. All right, so let's continue further. And here's, as always, guys, here is the links to the links. Everything's there, guys. And I'll find that out. But anyways, it's in the description below. I'm not going to just paste it everywhere all the time. So it's in the description below. You can click it. You can see all links to everything there. And I'm going to try to, let's go to the housekeeping first. Well, actually, before that, let's just read what this stream is about. So MES Livestream 60, 9/11 Disinfo agents, MH370 debunking, and Richard Hall verdict. Yeah, so the Richard Hall verdict was literally, I think, yeah, a few days ago. Okay, Jeremy, good evening, good morning, Sunday morning here. Sunday morning. It's Saturday afternoon here. All right, so join me as I cover a wide variety of topics from 9/11 Disinfo agents that operate every minute of every day, literally. You just go post anywhere online, even as just like a post, just create an account, even on social media that nobody uses, and just say, Dr. Judy Wood was right about 9/11. You're going to get some random trolls showing up everywhere. Anyways, so the MH370 teleportation hoax saga that keeps getting more bizarre, to Richard Hall's guilty verdict that exposes the kangaroo court of the British, quote, justice system is absolutely ridiculous. But then after COVID, the whole COVID psyop, pretty much nothing surprises me. So, like, Basically, yeah. So basically, Richard Hall's got a guilty verdict for making videos questioning, official narratives. It's like literally just talking is not allowed. But again, people wearing double masks back in COVID, so you never know how how the world turns. But anyways, MES housekeeping. So streamline housekeeping and go over main topic ASAP. So as always, guys, go to MES links. Everything's there. Donate buttons there, and so on. All right. Hey, Rotary. Hey, MES. Okay, is that Dave there? Dave's in the house. There's MES links, guys. And you can click the drop down. Everything happens there, and you can see the MH370 PSYOP. You can go to the donate button. Throw me a bunch of cash money. There's the links to it. MES.fm/donate. Throw cash money. Become super fan, guys. Again, I'll try to power through these rapidly. Then I'll start speaking normally afterwards. Alright, guys. Become a super fan, and you get custom emojis. $15 a month Canadian, or about $2.99 American. Alright, and you get a bunch of emojis, and I give you a shout out, and it will show your name here. So Stephen and Timothy Sullivan got trophies in there for being super duper fans. Let's go. And then let's go further. The next one, Telegram. Yeah, so everything I usually post is on Telegram. I just post on Telegram first, and then basically anywhere else after. Usually when I post on YouTube and stuff, I gotta like double check, triple check, make it like infinitely perfect, and then post. But Telegram, just throw everything in there and see what happens. And also, so MES job offering, add timestamps, etc., and create a second channel, upload short clips. Feel free to use any and all videos, not just the live streams. Put a link to the original if you can, but anyways, you feel free to monetize and do whatever you want with the MES content. All right, going further, streaming Odyssey, Rumble, also right here. So October 31st, Halloween, Thursday, possible live stream with the MH370 creator. So on Halloween, on a Thursday, because so what day is that? Yeah, so on Halloween, Thursday, and it would be at 2 p.m. I'm just getting a confirmation from him. He gave a semi-confirmation, but I just don't want to fully, because I missed left 34. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put that link there. I'll put that link after. So October 31st, yeah, Halloween, Thursday, possible live stream. So I'll just make sure you follow my Telegram and elsewhere, because I will post that if that happens, because it's there's a good chance it's actually happening. So he'll explain how he made it and so on, and we'll have, ask a bunch of tough questions and see how he can validate it, verify it. Maybe he has some Gmails or email history of him creating and so on. And also, no stream next Saturday, November 2nd. Actually, my brother's wedding there. So I will not be there at the live stream. But there's an emergency election stream on Tuesday, November 5th at 1 p.m. Pacific time, usual time. But the Thursday one would be at 2 p.m. because the creator's in Australia. All right. So that's going to be quite wild. So emergency, it's going to be the most important election of our lifetime. Can't even say that with a straight face. Anyways, it's going to be, that's probably the title. All right, anyways, guys, fund my trip to John Nancy's lab, etc. There's links and so on. Just give me a bunch of cash money. And I'll be joining John Hodgson in California, November 16th to 20th, and then probably a live stream. This is to 18. This should be not 18. 20. Yeah, November 16th to 20 possible live streams or etc. And then also November 23rd, JFK live stream. Also, there's a bunch of troubleshooting stuff I just put in whenever I have some issues. And let's continue further. So here's here's the thumbnail I made. So we got this one here is from Dave. So I'll just say insider info. So he made this emoji or this meme. There's the fake. There's the grifter extraordinaire Ashton Forbes, and also this is the meme I made there. I'm the biggest clown is Jeremy Reese alien scientist, and then he got debunked by Ashton, and then Richard Gage like, oh, you guys don't know who you're dealing with, and then Alex Jones is literally a frog. But this guy here is probably the biggest clown I've ever interacted with. This is David Chandler. He's not a seismologist. So if you ask him about 9/11 information, like, hey, how come Building 7 or any of the buildings didn't have any like large seismic impact, and he'll tell you he's not a seismologist, even though I think he's received like hundreds of thousands of dollars to investigate 9/11 for decades, and he's a high school physics teacher. So it's like, what, you can't just Google or like, what's the money going for? Anyways, and also here's the absolute bogus judgment against Richard Hall. All right, continuing further, guys. Okay, so here's random notes. So I separated it up so I don't get too distracted. So I have notes right here for random stuff that's not part of the topic name. Did you already cover MTG talking about weather control? They said they can control the weather. It's always their fault. Jeremy, I think I mentioned that. She's the Jewish space lasers person, right? But yeah, that's usually what it is. You have a person saying the obvious, and then but that's easily laughable at, and then the mainstream just mocks her nonstop. But yeah. And again, it's always to say they. Every country's got weather control. Anyways, so random notes. Methyl miner. Yeah. So first, So these are the random notes. I'm not gonna go through all of them consecutively because it will take too much time. So what I will do is I'll start going over. Let's say I'll go over one of them, or just a few of them, and then jump over to one of the main topics, do a bunch, and then go back to random stuff, and then go back to another main topic. Because I separate them into 3 right now because the title, just so we get on track and locked and loaded. And also I'm gonna put I put this right here. I'm gonna put in the Disinfo agents section. Okay, this one I'll put it right here. 9/11 revisionist. Revisionist. 5-hour marathon on Disinfo agents. Yeah, so make sure to watch that. You see a whole bunch of that. Okay, hi. I love your videos of 9/11 epic stuff. Thank you. I have one in the works. It's gonna be the part 33 again. Big Grandmaster Freemason number 33, and it's absolutely epic. It's getting longer and longer than I can imagine. But anyways, it's like a mini documentary. And also here, so yeah, that's Hollanda. Yeah, great. Glad that you like the 9/11 stuff. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna jump straight in. I'm gonna do random topics, and then we'll go over some 9/11 disinfo agents that I've been dealing with this past week. Okay, so random notes. Methyl miner shipped a package of vitamin C and a pill making machine. So he sent me that, and again, go to my Telegram. So what I will do right here is I'll just pop this out, and I'll have my desktop one because the web version just didn't work properly for some reason. So and what I could do is this is vitamin C. You could just search vitamin C. I put out links as well. Okay, so vitamin C. So methyl miner is literally shipping me this package. So this is a giant packet of vitamin C, and yeah, I forgot what it was. It was also it's that special kind of vitamin C with that liposomal or something. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, and yeah, the pill making machine. So I'll try some heavy dose of vitamin C and then let you guys know weekly. I'll let you guys know the progress, and if I feel a pretty good change, because like I avoid taking anything unless I'm like 100% certain it does something, or I'll test it out. Actually, yeah, I'll test it out, and then I would only continue it if it actually did something. So if this works, I'll be the biggest vitamin C promoter. And also, yeah, El Hombre says, let's go. All right. So we got over this one. The next setup quickly. Oh, also, guys, today is Hillary Rodham Clinton's birthday. So Hillary Clinton, guys, everyone wish a happy birthday to Hillary. So you can wish a happy birthday. So with the Telegram links, you can actually click it, or you could literally copy it and paste inside your Telegram app. Or desktop. Let's copy this, and you can paste it just in here, and it automatically goes to it. Whoops! Did I put the wrong? Oh, that was the wrong link. This is the link. Okay, yeah. So it's Hillary Clinton's birthday, guys. October 26th is her birthday. I don't know. Oh, what is happening? Just click something. Okay, there it is. Yeah, guys, so happy birthday to Hillary. Happy birthday, Hillary Clinton, Madam President. Hashtag I'm with her. Hashtag lock her up. Hashtag stronger together. And this is this footage is from literally on the anniversary of 9/11 in 2016 when she was running against Trump. And for some reason, it's like she's like dead or something. They just throw her inside the van. She's literally passed out. All right, and they just throw her in there. Let's see. All right, guys. All right, they just throw her in there. All right, yeah, and they just they just toss her in there and they just close it. Yeah, so they toss her in there, and yeah. Well, let's not play the whole. Is that how long it was? 19? I think. Okay, this was 20 seconds. Should have been longer. There you go. Goes in. Actually, that was good enough. Yeah, just throw it inside. Anyways, so happy birthday to Hillary Clinton. All right, going further. Also, yesterday was Ashton Forbes' birthday. So let's go to Ashton. So we have a whole bunch of birthdays going on. Yeah, so Ashton Forbes' birthday was also yesterday, and let's see what he was up to. So it was Ashton Forbes' birthday yesterday too, which he spent drinking and discussing cold fusion suppression. All right, let's go. So it's my birthday, but all I can think about is how quickly we memory hold the Boeing satellite that got destroyed by an anomaly. That's all he can think about. What about MH370 and grifting? Like, I don't know. Anyways, that was his birthday yesterday. And then on the stream, people saying happy birthday, and he pulled out some booze and started drinking, and suppression of cold fusion for Energy Fridays. So that's the thing. Cold fusion is being suppressed, and he's doing it indirectly by talking about it while bringing up MH370 nonsense. Because that's the weird mind trick going on. All right, going further. Okay, so the next one I'll go over this later. Joe Rogan discusses lack of damage to Trump's ear. Okay, yeah, and also yesterday Trump was on Rogan's show. Like, what in the world's going on here? All right, guys, we're gonna jump straight into it. So 18 minutes, guys, 18 minutes, and then we finally got into the main topic in the discussion in the title. Usually it's averages at an hour. All right, guys, we are in. Okay, Eric Red is in the house. Let's go. She was fainting super helium. She was on, I think someone gave her a bad dose of adrenochrome or something. Yeah, so one of those baby blood stuff she was drinking. Anyways, focus, guys. Okay, so 9/11 disinfo agent. So Jean Laratanda pushing Building 7 swayed upon impact hoax, which is very easy to disprove. So this guy started popping up in my X account. So if I go here, this guy, Jean Laratanda, this guy's, disinfo agent that's been doing pretty much a Zoom call every single Sunday. And it's like, the way it works is like, I just show a piece of evidence that coincides with what I think actually happened on 9/11. And it's so simple that they can't even, it's like they just lie about it. It's like so blatant. It's kind of like if you tell someone 2 + 2 is 4, and they're like, no, it's actually 5. It's like that. I don't understand what is they're debating here. So anyway, so I wrote here, 9/11 disinfo agent Jean Laratanda popping into my X account and pushing the building swaying upon impact hoax. Definitely a very sensitive subject for these disinfo agents. And he also blocked me on X after a while. Let's go right here. I've interacted with him several times. So basically, this account that is also disinfo agent with him, this G Jerry Can 1, is an absolute weird clown. He's told me, what do you think is making WTC sway that way after impact? And then I said, that's yeah, and if you see the footage, just see what he shows right here. And also, you can't even trust him. He might have even edited it further than I even imagined. Okay, and then let's go here. Let's see what he shows. So this is a sped up video. Yeah. So this is a sped up video. Look, and it's like, and it's shaking a lot. I definitely think they edited it even more than usual. Like this is like super sped up and or like replaying itself back and forth. Yes, I think they're just. Oh yeah, I think it is just replaying back and forth. And so it makes it look like something actually struck it really hard. So this is the disinfo that we're dealing with here, right here. And then I said that's a sped up video which skips frames. There is no swaying on impact. The swaying occurs only after the explosion. Again, if you've been following what I view on by 9/11, it was not real crash dynamics, and that the quote plane, the quote Boeings were actually some sort of projection technology, and also the alleged passengers were likely part of a military exercise. And a lot of them unwittingly didn't realize that they're just going to be taken to a different location and gone. But again, going further, so I wrote this. That's a sped up video which skips. Got it. So that's a sped up video. All right, and also even though they so I blocked him, but I can still show it because the guy was just too much of a. He played dumb too much. Anyways, I write that's a sped up video which skips frames. There's no swaying on impact. On impact, the swaying occurs only after the explosion. And if you have a giant tall building, what ends up happening is and you just have a giant explosion, you're gonna sway like that. And then also note how the plane the quote plane glides through the building with no deceleration or crumbling, literally like a hologram before a delayed explosion, like a bunker buster missile. So here's a video of this is Scott Myers one, and Scott Myers is a very interesting character. He definitely, in my opinion, was part of the script, and that's why he set up his tripod and so on. And he also worked at Boeing. He is a very a lot of the photographers there actually worked at one of the airlines. This guy worked at Boeing. Yeah, so if you look over here, here's frame by frame of the original footage. Nothing's happening until there's an explosion. Once an explosion, even then the other guys skip. I think he's doing some weird stuff there. So there's still no swing, and you could tell by looking this line here and this line's parallel, and they don't coincide at all until well after. See here's even here. So nothing ends up happening until you. There's like tiny bit swing, but you need to speed up a lot to see any kind of swing. So there's a tiny bit of swing. It's kind of moved now, like well after the explosion. And you can see I'll make it fast forward. Yeah, here's 45 times speed. You can see it's shaking a bit. Yeah, so it's like so again that doesn't all it means is it swayed after an explosion. It's like, and the guy's saying what made it sway. I'm like, you literally swayed after the explosion. All right. And again, here's the bunker buster comparison. This one, I'll have to re-edit this one a bit better. I learned how to edit better. But anyways, this goes in, explodes. This goes in, explodes, and the actual planes completely disintegrate on impact. That's actual planes. There's no ifs, ands, or but. Anyways, that was that. Let's go power through a bit more. So Gene blocked me after exposing high heat meth. And the way it works is, so going back to that swaying one. The swaying part, and I'll illustrate here. So that's Gene, and I'm pretty sure his handlers are Richard Gage and David Chandler. So David Chandler is that high school physics teacher. So let's go to David Chandler. Yeah, so I have this one here. I also posted right here. Okay, so. Okay, and then anyways, this is Gene guy. He says, you actually say something true. I'm impressed. Anyways, I say, go away, Disinfo agent. Go back to your handler, David Chandler. Anyways, so here is an interaction I had on the Boston 9/11 Truth Zoom call that literally, that the host is pretty, Gene Lartana hosts that. He was hosting that, or part of that Boston 9/11 Truth, but he's also part of another one, a playroom, 9/11 Playroom, I believe that's what it's called, or 9/11 War Room. Anyways, and I'll here's an interaction I had where that video I showed you where the Scott Myers goes frame by frame, delayed explosion. They wouldn't let me share it, and near this they actually muted my mic near the end. But here's that David Chandler guy. David Chandler is again this guy right here, the guy who's an seismologist. We'll go over him a bit. He's quite a character. He's an absolute. It's like I have a feeling like they're scared when I start talking. He absolutely hates me. Like absolutely hates me. All right, let's continue further here. So I'll play this right here. Here's an interaction I had with David Chandler during a Boston 9/11 quote truth Zoom call. He wouldn't let me show the frame by frame Scott Myers footage, which clearly shows no swaying of the building upon impact of the second plane. And he would. It's like they deny reality because they have to. Because he's pushing the. It was big Boeings that were remote controlled through a some satellite like third party setup. So again, they want to push mainstream tech. They don't want to push advanced tech. Let's play here.
I just want to make a point because a lot of people have a misconception about the swaying. The swaying in the Scott Myers footage, it's after the explosion.
And also, this was near the end. I think there was a question period or answer one, and I was actually saying this when I think Richard Gage or someone else mentioned it. It wasn't even David Chandler, but he just wanted to step in and just say no and not provide anything. Let's listen.
It's not before. The video that he was talking about where it's sped up, that cuts out frames, so it's actually misleading. To actually see it properly, you need to see the original footage, go frame by frame, and then you'll see that the swaying is well after the explosion, not before. So it actually glides in like a hologram. Like that's the best way I can explain it. I just wanted to bring that up. And
can I speak?
And so this video right here, Gene Lartana put that in. I believe, he was because he was hosting it. He put this in while David Chandler started talking about it. And then so I'm showing what they showed, and here's what the video they would not let me show.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this left one here is sped up, missing frames, and sways after explosion. And then again, frame by frame, no sway upon impact. Listen to how he denies reality.
David.
Okay, a couple of points. One on the swaying, since we just left there. Wayne Costi did a direct measurement, and the swaying starts immediately as the building was hit. So I don't know where the other speaker was getting that idea. Secondly, as far as
the video play by play.
Wait a minute, I'm speaking.
I know. I'm just wanted to.
I'm saying he did a measurement, and I'm confident that he did it correctly, and it was from the very beginning. So I don't accept your idea that whatever measurement you're talking about was later. I know that Wayne, who I work with,
Well, I can show the video
measured
if you
it
guys
directly.
let me join.
Excuse me,
I can show the
trying to-
video. I know. I'm just saying I can show you the video.
This isn't what I got on here to say. I just made that as a passing comment, okay? I just
I
have,
understand, but I can show the video.
information.
Video, you can all see it. The
Excuse me.
measurement is the.
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm speaking. All right.
I'm just saying I have information contradictory to what you're saying, and so people can just take that for what it's worth.
All right. So again, this video shows no swaying upon impact. So there's no debate. Just look at it. It's like 2 + 2 is 4. Like I don't understand. And then that was when he muted me, just before he said, "Excuse me." I think Gene muted me at that point. So yes, it's like they're just triple team me. Anyways, so that was that. Let's power through. Going through more of the Disinfo agents. Can set that footage up in Blender and 3D measure building movement by aligning transparent blocks. Yeah, you can measure stuff, yeah, but you can look at it. Nothing's moving. You can literally see whatever you set up needs to match reality, which is nothing moves. Okay, so going further, right here, yeah. So June, yeah. So another part that's really sensitive because this one here, again, the Disinfo agents, they hate the idea of advanced tech. Like they don't want to show that to the public. They want to keep you stuck in this current paradigm, and then also keep voting. That's why they want to just raise money to do an investigation, to raise money to get the government to investigate. Like it's like absolutely ridiculous. All right. So that's a very, very sensitive one. I realized once I said sway, they just could not nudge from that because it's like you look at the video. There's nothing to debate. All right, going further. So Gene blocked me after exposing his high heat myth, and here's another one. This one he actually finally just blocked me because the high heat myth is very, 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 very important because once you realize there's no high heat, it removes everything. It removes first of all, yeah, it definitely removes jet fuel, but also removes this whole thermite nonsense. Like absolutely removes it. And also it removes the whole giant fires mumbo jumbo. So you can go right here. What was the thing he called? Yeah, so he blocked me. I'll just start copying and pasting. Just easier. So I could paste right here. This one here. Let's go. Where's the fire? What? That was Gene blocked the. That was the wrong myth right here. This is a high heat myth. Okay, so I don't know why it's not doing that. Now we'll do it. I have to search up again. Okay. So I wrote another sensitive topic for 9/11 Disinfo agents such as Gene Lartanda is the complete lack of high heat, which was what finally got him to block MES. So what he would do is he would just post literally quotes out of context. And then he blocked me, and then he also slandered me and Norman with a bunch of lies about our last encounter on Zoom. So let's go back. Let's click what he looked up here. So if I go... Yes, if I click his, so I'll click his thingy right here. So there's the link. I'll close some stuff. There's MES links, guys. Become super fan and etc. So yeah, all these are blocked. The Jerry can just kept spamming me. So I just and some other ones. There's some other person. Yeah, the Jerry can. He just absolute spamming, nonstop. Literally every second. You go ask some question, and then this other person. This one is a mainstream, like pushing the mainstream narrative. Other guy pushing the alt narrative, and it's like they go back and forth like nonstop. Absolute clown show. Okay, going back to the heat. Okay, so right here. Okay, okay, this is like all these like this is what I have to deal with. When you block them, they still show this, and it's like loading still. Heat. Okay, so what he would do is he sent a whole bunch of witness testimonies, and again, I don't know what's going on right here. Okay. Yeah. So I just want to get straight to it's still loading. So I'll just look at it from Telegram. So here is what he posted. He said right here. He said I'm not pushing. First of all, I told him stop pushing the high heat myth. He says I'm not pushing anything. I'm quoting people. Stop pushing doozy disinfo with no power source. Like what is he talking? What is going on here? Towers turn to dust. Okay, why is he talking about power source? Anyways, witnesses of molten steel like ground zero. Again, it was a more accurate one would be liquefied steel because it wasn't. Because again, molten implies heat. So he quotes a whole bunch of people saying, yeah, they're seeing high heat. They felt what it was heat, etc. And they saw concrete and steel fuse together and melt and so on. But I'm like, yeah, but it's not due to heat. So I said, stop posting quotes out of context. Disinfo agent, there was very little heat on 9/11. This is irrefutable. and I'll illustrate that. You can literally see hundreds, even even thousands walking on the rubble, literally on 9/11, and they're not getting burned. You have 300 dogs as well, rescue dogs, literally walking on here without even being scared of burning their paws, because again, it's not hot. And now he goes into some slander and mumbo jumbo. He says, "You're so lame. I provided resources that anyone that wasn't." He called me the R word. You can't do that anymore. Like you could go read the quote or see the quote in context. Again, the context is there's very little heat, so you have to include that context, which is what they're describing is not conventional heat. So you're a troll with a ridiculous idea and no explanation to power it. What is this guy talking? You're telling a person, you and your troll friends come into a Zoom call and draw D's on a whiteboard. No, I'm pretty sure it was Gene. So in the Zoom call, it got disrupted by someone's drawing a giant D on the whiteboard, and then they blamed it on Norman. And then once he was gone, it was still showing up. And then this happened to me last live stream. Some random person was drawing as well. But this came up when Norman started talking. So my view is that I think Gene did it at the request of possibly of Richard Gage, and then they can blame Norman and kick him out and so on. And he says, "You're the classist fraud, disinfo you project about." Okay. Anyways, I wrote, "Stop lying, Gene Rotunda. The context for all the quotes that there was very little heat, as evident by the millions of unburned paper." And then I also wanted to put this quote, but I can't post anymore because he blocked me. It says, "The post you're replying to has been deleted or is not visible to you." And I said, "Speaking of witness quotes, here's one of firefighter Michael Macau saying a truck he dove under literally levitated off of him." So again, if you want to use quotes, the quote of an actual anomaly is literally a levitation, like anti-gravity. And then I'll illustrate these images that I showed there, the lack of high heat. I made a whole post right here. Okay, so this guy does not stop. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'll go all the way to the bottom. So he just posted a whole bunch of quotes without any context. And again, the context is that there's very little heat. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely brutal what's happening on X. Like, this is why I post on Telegram first, because like, okay, so now it won't scroll anymore. Okay, that's good. It still scrolls. If I go up, it will scroll. Okay, so I'll stop right here. So this one I can't comment anymore because he blocked me. Anyways, a big clown. So again, this is a very sensitive topic to them. The swaying is very sensitive because it's irrefutable. You have to admit that it went in like a bunker buster missile. There's no debate about it. So here is what I sent it. I sent this image and he blocked me. Again, these people are walking on supposed 1800 degree Fahrenheit or 1000 degrees Fahrenheit molten liquefied like a foundry, like with thermite everywhere. No, they're literally walking on the rubble, and the rubble's at ground level. They're literally on ground level. There's basically most of the towers are turned to dust, and then all these fumes are not hot either. And they also have water lines on there here, water/oxygen lines as well, and none of those are boiling or burning, etc. And I think Norman mentioned this, or I saw it in one of his posts. See, vaporization temperature of paper. Let's go spontaneous vaporization temperature of paper. It's about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, flashpoint. What's the boiling point? So they self-ignite at 400 degrees. All right. Self-ignite at 400 degrees. So, and there's millions and millions of paper everywhere. If you see on the ground there, all those are paper in like thin dust. Literally just paper everywhere. Yet they vaporize at 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees, basically double the temperature of boiling water. It will start just boiling. So again, very, 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 very little heat. And also, even an impact hole has very little heat. You literally have people waving inside. There's Edna Cintron, apparently. Yeah, you literally have her waving in there. So you got her waving right there. Why does it zoom in? It'll go back to the original. This one better. Anyways, so she's somewhere in there, and then
because Dave might be trying to call me because I left a message. I'll call you back.
All right, Eric read, one thing a bunker buster can't do is cut the steel in the shape of hole. No, so the hole's a separate issue. What I'm trying to say is it went in like a bunker buster. But the hole, I believe the hole was made after, like literally after the explosion. And then they started using directed energy weapon literally on it as well. And I could show some stuff on it as well. Again, the bunker buster is just the similarity of it. of the delayed explosion. Anyways, you can see her waving. I just don't know why they don't zoom in. Okay, there's her waving, and you can see waving. And it wasn't just her, there's other people as well. So she's waving inside the impact zone. And you got the plane-shaped hole. And to illustrate what I mean by the plane-shaped hole, we'll get that quickly in here. Okay, again, you can literally go on my Telegram, and I've like thousands and thousands of posts on anything and everything that I find. Because what I usually used to do before when I research, I would put it on Microsoft OneNote. But now I like Telegram because it's public and I can make it look nice and easily searchable, and so on. And I don't need to worry about a newsfeed get distracted by clowns like Gene and all these absolute psychos. All right, going further. Also, this is another cool thing. I'll put this one as well. Okay, so yeah, this one here. Okay, so this is the original. It's part of my original 9/11 video series. I try to find the original clips of them and then use those because some of them have been edited or upscaled and so on. So this is the first quote plane. This is the Jules Naudet Church Street footage. And if you look at the hole being formed, it's very clear to me. Yeah, it's very clear to me that the hole is formed after the impact. Like, okay, so this is the only so right here, Jules Naudet 9/11 original footage. So this is the only clear footage of the first quote plane. Yet still looks nothing like an actual plane. Note also that the large flash before impact and the giant hole appears to be formed after the impact. Also would do, not during. So if you go look at it right here, this was here's slow motion of it, and there's a giant flash there. There's a giant flash, and there's a shadow too. There's a shadow right there, and there's a giant flash, and then there's a more shadow, and it goes in, and so on, and then I have it going back and forth. So going back and forth. Yeah, so you can go back and forth, and so on. And yeah, there's a flash and there's a shadow and so on. So that's very, 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 very interesting. It's either shadow or reflection or something there. And now here's the hole formed after. So it goes in, and now look how bright it gets afterwards. So it's like there's the clouds. It starts moving slightly, and then it appears to have like a giant, super bright red there. Yeah. So this is when I think the hole was formed. I think it was formed again with dew. Like they put in some sort of inside their 3D dew printer. They just put in a plane shaped hole, and then they just makes it after. Okay, Bart Zabrell. Well, Bart Zabrell is an interesting character, though. I think he might be the Richard Gage of moon landings. So that is going further. Okay, so that's that one there, and you can see here's fast forward the original speed. Yeah, and then there's a formation after. Just go back. Yeah, we'll go in, and there's a formation after. Okay. Oh, there's a flash just before it goes in as well. That's very. And then there's a form. It's still not red. It's like it's not red yet until after. And then now it's like a super bright red. So that's kind of when I think it formed. I think that was the. Stephen F. Bart woke me up to the moon landings. Yeah, I have my own. Like I haven't looked at the moon landings too. Like I've looked at it, but I to get like 100% irrefutable proof, I haven't been fully sold on what happened. But moonlighting again. Moonlighting I never really cared because 9/11 has directed energy weapons and 3D image projection. Yeah, but yeah, that stuff is very interesting. So they're definitely lying about something. You have to realize. Obviously, the mainstream narrative is going to be wrong. But the question is, what exactly is it wrong about, and what exactly is going on? Because my view is they probably have, if there's no issue with space, they probably go anywhere and anywhere with this technology. So there's something's going on. Something's brewing. Okay, so let's power through. What else was it? We're here. Oh, yes, Gene's, yeah, so we already went over Gene's Disinfo colleague, Jerry Can, posts instantly and gaslights people with bogus. How much energy does do require nonsense? Yeah, it's supposed to be this one right here. The guys, it's just... So I post here. I made this giant X thread of literally towers turning to dust. With cold dew, and then this clown says, yeah, we also blocked him. But let's see what he says. Where's the? And then he says, how much power does it use and how is that generated, please? Like, what kind of nonsense is this? And I told him, we can discuss this once you accept the powers turn to dust in midair with cold dew technology. And then he goes actually in a tirade. He does it, and then he posts four times. First one, so you can make the case for your premise as long as I accept your premise first. How much power does it use and how is that generated? Totally reasonable, straightforward, and clear questions. Why not just answer them? See, it's like a psychopath. And then afterward, this is literally all in like a 5-minute span. He's like, by the way, Judy couldn't answer them either when I asked her. I know her and Fetzer. It's like Fetzer, first of all, Disinfo agent, so I don't know why he's bringing up Fetzer in there. And as much as I disagree with either of them on details, they had the courage and integrity to have an open, honest discussion with me. I was on Fetzer's show a while ago. So again, that's giving you insider info. He's a Disinfo agent times 1,000. And this is the point Matt realized he seriously effed up. Okay, so he didn't even let me reply. And I just said, go away, and I just blocked him. Just go away, absolute, like literally pathetic troll. But again, and that is what we are dealing with. And he's got some blue beams there. So again, Operation, this is Project Bluebeam. Yeah, that's very interesting. So literally Project Bluebeam right there. And you got Blue Beams 9/11. Like literally Project Bluebeam. And so the guy's telling you what his role in this whole scenario is. And you go to Blue Beams 9/11 or just Project Bluebeam 9/11. Again, pre-search is just absolutely just painful sometimes. Okay, I'll use Google. The only reason I use pre-search is because it pays in crypto. All right. Yeah, so you literally got, this is what happened on 9/11, guys. They literally have giant blue beams as a memorial to them. Like, and you got the Disinfo agent with the blue beams. Anyways, going back to the low heat one, here's all these literally workers. Here's literally workers working around the clock. I'll just mute that. They're literally working there through the fumes on it and so on. And there's no heat. There's literally thousands of walking on it. And yeah, they're all just packed inside this the rubble. Because it wasn't hot. It's like once you grasp that point. All right. And there's this image, and Judy Wood talks about it as well. And also, this was an interesting one. I actually found a live news coverage about this, confirming that this person here at the first explosion. I think it was there was an explosion in the lobby, and then all his skin was burned, but not his clothes. This guy right here. This is Kenneth Summers. And this guy said helped him out, and he was like astonished that he was literally said he was completely burned from head to toe, and all of his skin came, and all of his skin had come off of his forearms and his face, and his hair was all gone. But none of his clothes were burned. And I found 2 witnesses in the live coverage talking about this guy as well. So this is a confirmed actual scenario that happened. And then also, whenever we bring up high heat, so I got a 1 subscriber Disinfo agent literally made a full-on 4-minute video and used AI to edit my face and so on. Just because I said there's low heat. Okay. Just 1 second, I will be... Okay, I'm back, guys. Yeah, so anyways, this is the other part I wanted to bring up, the high heat part. This was the thermal readings that literally were saying that these spots were in the 1,000 plus degree Fahrenheit. And if you go actually look at them, this location was just had water there, and it's 800 degrees. Anyways, so there's a lot of weird stuff going on. You also have fabric fused and so on. You got this image is pushing it. It looks super molten heat. If this was anywhere hot, actual heat, the hydraulics would have got damaged. And you can see right here, hydraulic fluid temperatures above 82 degrees damage most seal components and accelerate oil degradation. And you can permanently damage it just at 82, below water boiling. And these guys all working through it, they would have all completely been literally not workable. All right, so that's that. Anyways, and going further, again, there's people literally walking in water. There's walking in water at the place that's supposedly 1,000 degrees. And so on. It keeps going more and more. And also there's 300 rescue dogs as well working on there. So for example, if you tell a dog to go in somewhere that's like liquid lava, they're going to just run away. Okay? They're going to run away. So these dogs are not heating up or running away or scared or anything. All right, so that's that. Let's power through. What else do we have? Gene copies and pastes ChatGPT responses. Okay, Photoshop. Okay, I'll finish up with the Gene stuff. I'll power through this one. So Gene photoshopped a meme of MES and 9/11 Riznes. So he made a meme of me. Okay, so yeah, so Twitter is just absolutely ridiculous. So he wrote this giant thread. He said, CEO of Mathis Solutions can't solve this mess, and he also looks at your personal details. He went through my website, gets to make sure to get the name, company, and it's like he even found a math meme. So it's like it's weird. This guy's a weird, really weird and sad human being, or robot or whatever. It's like one of those ChatGPT Disinfo agents. Anyways, and again, they push weird stuff like calculate total energy required to heat and vaporize all the steel in just one tower. Again, what is this guy talking about? I'm like, there's very little heat, all right, and they turn to dust. They dustified, not vaporize, because there's very little heat. Vaporize is a bad term. And then he made this one right here. He made one of me, so he even finds my photo online, puts it on, and then puts a photo on it. So he wrote "Weekend at the Woods." And then there's Norman there. And if you see this there, I the entire time, and all I'm saying here, first of all, once I realized that it was all just, well, I knew they were big scammers. All I say is, go away, troll. Such an evil, dangerous. I'm just calling him, like, go away, evil terrorist. And they post, like, full-on ChatGPT responses. It's like they, every single one, I just say, go away, go away. And then they have, like, giant stuff right here. Let's go. You can see that they have, like, actual, and then he posts a full-on paragraph. And so on, and then this was the Jerry candidates, so like him and him were pretty much double teaming. Once I blocked him, Gene was very, 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 very scared. Anyways, so that's that one, because he got actually got a bit hurt from my other meme on him. Let's go to the meme. Oh, let's go to the bottom. All right, so if you go up here, yes, this is a meme he made. And the early one I made is this one right here. This one here, I made the playroom for him. So he hosts a 9/11 war room every Sunday. So I wrote the 9/11 playroom and so on. And I made it like that for him. I'll go to quickly search it and then go back into the other topics. So 9/11 war room, or yeah, playroom. Oh yeah, so so throwback to 9/11 revisionists, trying to get Gene Larotanda's, trying to get on Gene Larotanda's, or trying to get Gene Larotanda's 9/11 playroom to discuss actual evidence, and then they blocked them out. So they kicked them out. So this was the original photo right here, the 9/11 war room and 911warroom.com/Zoom. So every Sunday they at 5 p.m. They just meet and talk absolute gibberish and nonsense. And then here's what the actual is. It's just a bunch of absolute evil clowns. Yeah, and Gene also promised 9/11 revisionist he'll do a debate of Do and Thermite, and then he just ran away, and so on. And another part is, he does prayers like before each of the Zoom calls. I think before either or most of them, he does like prayers as well, which again is like an absolute mockery of. It's an absolute mockery of like of all decency and religion. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, like the guy's an absolute inhumane robot or something like that. Anyways, and then also, but it was pretty fun trolling him. I said to him, stop obeying the commands of your Grandmaster Freemason Gage 33. And there's Richard Gage, and his email is actually rgage33 at Gmail. That's Richard Gage. That's absolute. Okay. Anyways, let's power through. So the question is, should I go to MH370 stuff? I'll continue further with the Disinfo agents after. Actually, I'll continue with the Disinfo agents, and then I'll go to some random stuff, and we'll go with MH370 after, because we have. Let's do 10 more minutes. It's just this first hour is gonna be 9/11 Disinfo agents. All right. So going back to that David Chandler guy, right here. Yeah. So David Chandler has more dark powers than even Alex Jones. He's like absolute clown. So yeah, he told me to be quiet because it's speaking nonsense, etc. And also, David is not a seismologist. So again, these are absolute clowns right here, and I will get to some more clowning. So where's the seismologist? So right here, Norman actually, so 9/11 revisionist went on the chat and asked him, hey, the seismic signals, can you talk about them for Building 7? And then I made this, I made the emoji right here, watch. So there's David Chandler, he looks like Santa Claus.
Measuring things. The building falling, could it be measured on the Richter scale?
Well, there were, when it fell, it created seismic waves that were picked up. I don't remember the names of the places. I never looked into that, but Ted Walter, who I was doing this paper with, has done some, and then there's some other guys who have looked at the seismic signals that they picked up from 9/11.
Yeah.
The second part of that question was, what seismic readings could we expect? Do you have?
I'm not a
any idea?
seismologist, so let's go on.
All right. So he just hand waved it away. But also, I saw a comment that's very, very, very interesting in the MES links truth chat on Telegram. I mean MES links chat. So basically, notice how he clears his throat right here. When he gets red. Yeah, he does get red, as Nile Revisionist mentions. And also, there's Richard Gage. He's like, oh, well, good thing I'm not being asked this. All right.
Has done some, and then there's some other guys who have looked at the seismic signals that they picked up from 9/11.
All right, go back to the
that, but Ted Walter that were picked up, I don't remember the names of the places. I never looked into that, but Ted Walter, who I was doing this paper with.
Yeah, there it is. So his throat got dry and cough. That's the apparently that's a Disinfo setup here. So if I go back into the chat, I'll go to throat. Yeah, and then this person right here, on the chat says he looks uncomfortable and clears his throat. Not saying it's always a sign of deception, but anxiety does activate the sympathetic nervous system, which could lead to a dry throat. I actually discovered this when I noticed a lot of so-called truthers who were later found to be frauds doing massive throat clearing. It was so consistent that I looked it up. It wasn't even people that did long videos, which could have been attributed to talking for long periods of time without drinking water. I'm fascinated now and want to do more research into body language analysis related to deception. And he actually continues further. I thought he continued further. I'll click the original post. Okay, so that was the throat clearing one. Yeah, and also here, that's classic. So I'm not an expert in psychology here, but these people do not come across as people who are qualified in any way to speak on this topic. It's great when you catch them off guard like that. I think I just want to see the full post right here. How do I even find it? Okay. Yeah. So that was replied to them. Okay, go back to here. David Chandler's last words. Yeah, David Chandler. Oh, yeah, 'cause that was in this one here. Because that was in this. See how this looks like this. Okay, so yeah, that was just a comment. And they do. You could see when you research a lot of statement analysis or body language stuff, you'll see them. It's obviously they're a bunch of liars. You have Duping Delight. Duping or Duper's Delight is a very interesting one. You have two of them. This is that Richard or that Dr. Greg Jenkins, where he did an ambush interview against Judy Wood. And when Judy caught him playing a game, aka lying, his face flinches into the Duping Delight or Duper's Delight. It's that smile one. So he smiles whenever, it's basically when you think you're getting away with a lie. You usually have like a involuntarily just a smile. That's one. Duper's Delight. Let's go right here. So subconsciously you'll smile, and so she catches him on there, and notice what he does.
This is not productive. It's not educational.
It's educational for me.
Such an absolute clap.
What's the subject now? Is it steel? Is it concrete? Or is it dust?
You choose, please.
This is a game you're playing.
I'm really not playing a game.
All right, you saw that, guys? He says, I'm not playing a game. And what's the first thing he does when he says, I'm not playing a game? He smiles.
Please.
This is a game you're playing.
I'm really not playing a game.
Such a...
I'm just trying to figure out what it is you had on your website.
Okay, so, anyways, absolute psychos. But also Richard Greer, and all these names... Oh, Stephen Greer. Okay, Stephen Greer. My bad on the name. Click it, okay. But it's loading up on here. So on November 21st, 2015, ufologist and disinfo agent Stephen Greer was asked about the evidence for directed energy weapons on 9/11. His response was convoluted and incoherent as he literally blabbed on for nearly 2 minutes instead of answering the question. You can actually see the whole transcript. Someone asked, there's compelling evidence that not just the towers, but the entire World Trade Center complex was destroyed by perhaps a directed energy type weapon. Something that's operating on a technology of molecular dissociation that seems to be very much related to what you've been talking about. Have you looked at that? And he says, and he goes on nonstop, blah, 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 and talks about grand conspiracy theories and said, right here, let's see what else he said right here. At the bottom, it's hard to, I don't know why it does that. Okay. So I can't see the bottom. It says, but I've known what they just asked since it happened. My whole security team lit up anyways. But at the beginning here, also note that Duping Delight at the 8-minute mark when Greer hears World Trade Center complex.
Yes, sir.
There's compelling evidence that not just the towers, but the entire World Trade Center complex
Yeah, go back. Look at his. Okay, look at his face. Where he says World Trade Center. See this again?
But the entire World Trade Center complex.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's a very interesting one. So he right when he says World Trade Center complex, there's a smile. Okay, there it is. So again, he's like, all right, I'm about to drop some lies on y'all. And also, Greer's is a very funny guy. Very billions. Let's see here. Okay, this is I can't help but tell. So Disinfo agent Stephen Greer says he was offered $2 billion to be quiet about UFOs. Sure you were.
General Albert Stubblebind III, Bert, who had been head of Special Forces and Army Intelligence, he intercepted me after we had this major contact event out in Florida and near Pensacola. And he subsequently, about a month later, personally offered me $2 billion to not pursue what I was doing and become part of his team.
All right. Anyways, $2 billion. No, that's not what happened. If they don't want you to pursue it, you would not even you would not be here. All right, guys. Going further, Richard Gage doesn't want MES to share irrefutable proof. Oh yeah, that's also the Richard Gage one, where he wouldn't let me show the photo. Okay, I'll try to power through because I don't want to go too long. But actually, it's pretty okay. Disinfo patrolling. Actually, we'll just finish. I think it's better. I'll just finish this off and then I'll go over some random topics and then go to MH370. Actually, I'll just go through random topics now and then go back to. Actually, that's a question. This is a tough one because I usually go all over the place. But if you guys are still interested in 9/11 one, I'll keep going. I'll finish off the 9/11 one right now. Actually, instead, so I'm gonna open up. Okay, so we'll have a bit of a funny stuff right here. So Paul Loveless, absolutely wildin'. So Paul Loveless, it wasn't a chat. I think Norman 9/11 revisionist blocked him again. And he emailed me actually. So this guy was on the chat. He's like 100%. He's an agent that's just trying to stifle the chat and so on. So anyways, blocked him, unblocked him, and then just too much. And then he emailed me recently. He's saying add me as a Discord friend, and then here's the link. It expires in 1 week. So I click the link, and then it's like 18. It's like 18 plus, or no 18-year-olds or under it, and it has a top. He's on the top. Okay, this is interesting. And then he says, Twinks, please, server, 1 member. I'm like, well, what in the world's going on here? So I search up Twinks. And again, this top 18. So a gay or effeminate, Twink is a gay or effeminate man if you go to Urban Dictionary. Or a young man regarded as an object of homosexual desire. Usually a bottom. So if that's a bottom, and he's a top, so that means he wants to be the guy putting his schlong in the bottom. All right? So this is the guy that... And then he sent an email before... Paul will send an MES a voicemail to say he is not a Disinfo agent and that 2 of the 4 alleged flights on 9/11 were actually hijacked by Muslims, but the government knew about it. So they hijacked the hijacker's plan to make it a giant ritual. All right, so here he said, and it is an. All right. Anyways. This is an 8-minute audio statement that I recorded. It addresses the questions of whether or not I'm a government agent, and it discusses my relationship with the U.S. government from 2009 to 2019. I wasn't able to turn it into a video and upload it to YouTube, although I can try. If you wanted to play this on your stream today, this was way back. I would be okay with it, but I also understand if you did not want to play it. Let me know if you're able to play the file. It is a M4A file. It is voice recording that made off the phone. Let's listen to him.
It has been suggested that I am a government agent, or that I am controlled opposition, or that I am connected with the intelligence community and here to push the narrative one way or another. This is unequivocally false. I am not associated with any government, nor am I associated with any effort to steer the conversation about 9/11. My involvement with the MES community is purely of my own volition and influenced by my own motives, primary of which is connecting with people who have higher than average IQs to solve some of the obvious mysteries surrounding 9/11. My position on specific elements of 9/11 include an aircraft struck each of the towers. The aircraft which struck the towers are the ones reported in the mainstream media. The aircraft was hijacked by a group influenced by jihadist ideology. I believe elements inside the United States government knew about the attack beforehand and co-opted the attack Or, in other words, they let the hijackers carry out their plan and then took over the attack to increase the devastation while performing a giant ritual. The hijackers flew the aircraft into the buildings, but then elements of the cabal within the United States government co-opted the attack with non-conventional technology to cause the buildings to fall. I specifically believe that technology was used to transmutate magnesium in the steel into sodium, which caused the steel to be unable to support structural loads. I do not believe that an aircraft struck the Pentagon. I believe a cruise missile struck the Pentagon. I do not have an answer as to what happened to the aircraft purported to have hit the Pentagon. I also do not believe the official story of Flight 93, as the crash scene does not tell the story of an aircraft hitting the ground. I will now share my former connections with the United States government and the United States intelligence community. I am sharing this for transparency. I feel that enough time has passed that I can freely share this without fear of reprisal. In 2009, the country of Iran saw massive protest, and the entire youth of the country...
Oh, well, I forgot he's blaming Iran for this too. Oh, no, this is a separate thing, yeah. So, but anyways, so the Iran one is very, very interesting. And also someone in the comments said, yeah, his photo right here, it might be mirrored because I think he might be taking a mirror. He's taking a photo of the mirror maybe. But yeah, this as above, so below. So what does that even say? I'm going to do we'll do some live research right now. What does that say? We'll reverse it. Yeah, this is some wild stuff, guys. Again, we're on the cutting edge of wild stuff. Okay, what does that say? RVCA. Oh, it's upside down as well. The balance of opposites. So it is literally a occult Freemasonic quote. As above, so below. My goodness, we did it. All right. So, anyways, so he's trying to make it in the. He's probably like a low degree one. Let's see here. Yeah, so he's reinforcing the plane, the plane story and the Muslim hijackers, but he's also allowing for the but in a way to transmute metal to sodium. What's the guy all over the place? No, he's blaming Iran. Let's see.
Ignited into revolution. So-called democratic elections were held in which the entire international community recognized that Mir Hussein Mousavi had won by popular vote. The incumbent, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, refused to acknowledge the popular result and deployed the military and paramilitary forces against protesters. Clashes between college-aged protesters and the military began immediately, leading to dozens of extrajudicial murders by the government forces. This was how I began my relationship with the United States intelligence community. A friend and myself began using Twitter and internet-connected ham radios to collect real-time information that the protesters could use. If we got a report that someone from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard was assembling at a location, we would then rebroadcast that out via Twitter and via radio link, which the protesters began to monitor using shortwave radio.
All right, anyways, he talks about other stuff, and you can listen to that too, but it's very, very, very interesting, the Iran stuff. That's absolutely very interesting, because World War III with Iran is coming. Anyways, let's power through, because I want to get eventually to the MH370 stuff and the other stuff. I have a whole lot on the MH370 stuff, more than this one, actually. Okay, so notable mentions of other Disinfo agents, Richard Gage one. I've showed that before, where, yeah, the Richard Gage one, we'll show this quickly as part of this one. So I called him, I pretty much called him a liar in front of his face. So here, I'll play this footage right here. So this was on Zoom call in the FAQs. I asked, and they also muted my mic as well. I asked him, hey, can I show this image to the audience? And he was talking about like the explosion. They used some of the explosives, pushed out all the debris, hundreds of feet, etc. And I'm like, are you absolutely like insane? Oh yeah, let's go back here.
Two people left. Matthew, please, Stuffo, and then Ken Henry.
And this guy is his lawyer or liar. And this guy, I think, is just is probably either just a possibly a useful idiot or just a low level person there. Okay, is my microphone working?
It is.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so my question, I have it typed, I could enter it as well, and because there's a link to an image. So my question is, so I saw a before and after picture of the Twin Towers, and it looked like most of the towers vanished. Can you go over these images and explain where the rubble went? The WTC1's lobby was higher than most of the debris. Do you have an explanation for this? If you look at, you can click the link and look at the
Well, we 98%.
he got literally stifled there.
Of the, or so, of the steel from the towers was ejected laterally outside the footprint. It didn't go.
He said 98% was ejected outside the footprint. Well, that is technically true. It was turned to dust and blown with the wind.
Away. It was distributed in a 600-foot radius about each tower.
Can you show images of that?
That's where it is.
But can you show images of that? I've never seen them ejected live.
Yeah.
Can you show them?
I'll do that while somebody else is talking,
can.
but I also wanted to answer the other
I know,
part of
but there's
your
a link.
question.
And also 600 feet is very, very small. I'll show you. If you could show the image as well so that everyone can see. Just so you can explain. So you're saying they're ejected laterally. So that's your explanation. But laterally was
I've spent
undamaged.
4 hours presenting this material. It's all available on my website.
I've seen it. You haven't explained this image.
So what image are we talking about?
So they're acting dumb. They actually have it opened up in their tab. They ended up showing the image at the end of the stream by accident when they were closing their tabs, and they actually shared it.
Do you have it, Matthew?
I put a link. You can click the link as the image before.
Okay.
You can see the rubble pile, and the rubble pile is where the central core columns were, and the stairwell B survivors were there. They didn't experience any heat, they weren't crushed, they weren't buried, and etc.
Well, we had about 5 minutes to go over the Twin Towers evidence today. You may have seen it, and you may not be convinced, but for everybody else's benefit, the documentary that we did, 9/11 Explosive Evidence, Experts Speak Out, answers all of these questions.
No, they don't.
Whoa.
They don't answer them.
So we don't have to argue about it.
Yes, and let's move on. We're moving on to the next question.
And they just want to move on quickly. They don't want to show my image.
So before you go, could I make a short comment on that?
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
So I did look at the image that Matthew posted. It's
See, and now he looks at it. Now he's going to say it's Photoshop.
not a really high quality photograph. It actually looks like it's been altered.
Okay.
But
No.
Matthew, are you espousing Judy Wood's theory?
See, notice that. I just said show an image, and now they're saying they bring up Judy Wood.
Is that what this is about?
Oh, no, she's obviously right. We all know that.
You think? No, I don't know that. I think Judy's wrong.
Richard Gage knows it. He also knows about the... Okay, Richard Gage hated it when I said he knows it.
I don't know it.
Gage was also with Andrew Johnson.
Let's have a debate, man.
Let's have a debate. Instead of just showing the image, they want to show a debate.
If you got evidence to prove Judy's right, then post it, and otherwise we need to go on.
No, that's obvious. I'm just talking about your
It's not
followers
obvious.
that follow. The people that are unsure that think we're...
You're saying the steel disappeared, and so did she, and it didn't disappear.
And most of it did. There's survivors right there. Look at the image. Can you show the image so that everyone can see?
Yeah, that image doesn't prove it, Matthew. I
But
looked
can
at
you
it.
show them so the users? I don't trust.
I'm not going to try to. I'm not a master of posting.
I'm not a master of posting. All you have to do is click share, and he's been doing it. He's been sharing it for like literally hours.
Why?
And then they muted my mic. Okay. Anyways, and then this image right here. I just show this image. There's before and after. This is ground level. Each tower is 200 feet wide. So 200 feet wide. This is a center area. So 200 feet wide, and the guy's saying is ejected laterally 600 feet. Okay, so there's my mouse. That's 600 feet. So here's 600 feet is ground level still. So there's nothing there. There's just like tiny bit of nothing. And then they're walking ground level. And there's building 7 still standing. Building 7 still standing, and ground level. So again, they don't want to show the image, and they want to do a debate. I'm going to show the image. All right. So that was that. Paul Loveless Wilding, 9/11 revisions 5-hour marathons. Guys, make sure to watch this one. 5 hours. He covered the truth's protective layers and so on there on the stream. He said it was going to be 2 hours and it ended up being 5 hours. I thought it was pretty epic. Notable mentions, Gila or Tunda. Okay, so there's a few other ones. I just want to mention these other 2 Disinfo agents. And also, if you go to 9/11 Revisionist Substack, he covers a whole lot. He's dealt with absolute infinite amount of these Disinfo agents. He motivated me to also call them out occasionally. So this was going further. There's that Gene guy is even on Substack. So they're everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere, they'll show up. And I commented to this other Disinfo agent guy. This is Francis O'Neill. How do I just see the whole thing? Listen now where the towers go. So this guy's he now made this recent one. He's trying to debunk the 9/11 do, but again, it's like it's absolutely you can't do that because it's irrefutable. So that was that. Where do I see all this stuff? And again, there's Gene going nonstop. And then he admits that he's not a good witness for Jesus Christ. Well, he's a horrible. Gene is an absolute horrible human being. He's a good witness for Satan. So that's a good one. Anyways, going back further. Anyways, you go to Substack on Island Revisionist and search up anything and anywhere. You just, for example, Gene. You're gonna see a bunch of articles showing and exposing all these clowns and so on. But also this Francis guy again. Francis O'Neill. He's a straight up disinfo agent. But I mentioned something else about Francis O'Neill. Francis appears to be wearing a wig. So the first thing I noticed about him, he looks like he's wearing a wig. So this guy he's on a talk show here, and he looks like he's wearing a wig right here. That's Francis O'Neill. He's an artist and writer. He's an artist and writer, and now he's all of a sudden posting like a lot, trying to debunk Judy Wood and so on. And 9/11. 9/11 Directed Energy Part 2. So there's a whole bunch of absolute nonsense. Directed Energy right here. Seismic. Or let's go bathtub. Bathtub. Okay. And then where is the bathtub? I wrote something here. He made up. So you could tell how they make their arguments. They're absolutely like it's absolutely pathetic. So is this as an expectation of more damage that was suffered, maybe erroneous for the reason that the bathtub has survived numerous natural events of greater seismic activity than the fall of WTC. The events of 9/11 registered 2.3 on a Richter scale, but between 1970 and 2002, at least 21 earthquakes of a magnitude greater than 3 in that area. Again, he doesn't understand that the earthquake is not the contention here about. The seismic is not like 2.3 is not what Judy Wood or anybody is saying why the bathtub was not damaged. It or should have been damaged. It's because there was 500,000 tons slamming on the ground would have damaged the bathtub, but it didn't slam on it. So again, the guy's an absolute liar. And this is where I commented right here. Bathtub. Yeah, so right here I wrote, so much disinfo, so little time. Let's start with your weird gaslighting claim that the bathtub has survived earthquakes. I saw purposely gaslighting. Judy Wood correctly points out that the bathtub was barely damaged since 1 million tons of material from the Twin Towers didn't fall on them, aka they turned dust above and even above the stairwell B survivors. And I'm going to put a link to there and so on. So anyways, so that's Francis O'Neill, the artist and writer. This appears to be wearing a wig. Alright, so that, and still no comments on Telegram, I mean on Rumble or Odyssey. So I can make this a bit bigger. Make the chat a bit bigger and see how it goes. Alright, so I'll make it like that, and I'll check periodically until we get a comment on the live, none on the live right here, so I'll just overlap that. Anyways, guys, there's one more, I think we had one more. Okay, one more person, and we're going to go to MH370 after some random stuff. Richard Gage doesn't want MES to share irrefutable proof. Oh no, we already want that. Oh, this guy right here, Miles Mathis. Oh, where's Miles Mathis? So notable mentions, Miles Mathis, not even notable, he's just, the guy's a psychopath. Notable mentions Miles Mathis. Alright, so Miles Mathis, this guy here, had an article last year. Again, he's one of those COVID old media person. And then he says, "Due for Brains" by Miles Mathis. And then he says, this Maui fraud has brought out all the rats out of their holes. And again, he's calling 9/11 due 100% truthers because it was happened. He calls us rats and so on. And you can see a bunch of nonsense he says. Building 7, well, instead of going there, you can see, yes, you can see, so he slanders Judy Wood and Morgan Reynolds. And again, they're saying, what do Reynolds and Wood say about the Building 7? Was that also due? No, of course they not. Of course they do. They literally have an entire chapter on Building 7 in her book. They ignore that. No, they don't. So, and this is 2023, so he's lying through his teeth. Everyone knows it was a controlled demolition. Even ad-led old ladies and kids in kindergarten. Same day, adjacent buildings, but they're going to use shape charges for one, but due for the other two. Why not just re-aim the due and take out Building 7 while they were up there? Would have saved a lot of time and money in setting up charges, but no one has ever asked. Anyways, so he's an absolute psychopath and liar. Building 7 also turned to dust. That's actually a more obvious one that turned to dust. Let's see. I have it in a scheduled post. I have a scheduled post for the absolute disinfo agent, Miles Mathis. So right here, yeah. So Building 7 also clearly turned to dust. Okay, I made a hit piece of front. Put the link there. So this is due paper, and I will. Disinfo agent and so on. And Building 7 also turned to dust, guys. That's very, very, very Okay, Mathis is another interesting guy. Bought into some of his serial murder assassination content. Yeah, but it's like everyone's got some info. But again, the big ones. There's Building 7. I'm just gonna fast forward 45 times speed. I'm gonna go even faster. You can see here. This goes in. Something happens. There's some fuming, and it's turning. Now you're gonna see that, and it's gonna start turning to dust. There's also the spire turning to dust, and now Building 7 literally turning dust. 16x speed. I'm going powering through. It's just turning to dust, and there's powering through 45 times speed. And I'm at a million times speed right now.
Hovering at about 1,600 feet, 1,500 feet, much thicker. It seems to have rekindled.
There's thick dust coming out of one side only. And there's another angle. Again, for 7+ hours, it's just turning dust. Dust. I'm just powering through. Look at think about how much, and look how it's being sucked out. It's literally being sucked out of it. Yeah. Oh, it's going up there. Yeah, so it's like being sucked out all from one side only. There's very little fires. There's only like what? There's some red stuff there. Nothing else going on anywhere else, and it's just being sucked out. There's a weird fire there. Nothing going on here, and there it is before it falls. It literally falls like a hollowed out shell, and it just falls very quietly as well. And it keeps fuming. It's still fuming, and this is a week later, or a week or two later, and it's still fuming. I'm gonna go foul. And then they're putting water on it. Still, so what kind of fire, or anything? You have to put fire on it, and it's not even heat. It's just fuming still. So it's like a constant nuclear reaction keep going on, low temperature nuclear reaction. So it's still fuming. This is a week later. They're putting water on it. Like there's no building ever. You're gonna be spraying water on it and dirt as well. For like literally, no, I think this was a day or two after. But anyways, but I'll show you more in a week. I'm gonna go faster. This is too slow. Yeah, we'll go faster. Okay, and this is 18, 19. This is 1 week later, and it's still fuming. Okay, and they're still putting water on it. Like, what are they doing here? And it's still fuming, and so on. So, and I have it even later. Yeah, and there's the memorial and so on. So that's Building 7, turn to dust. Yeah, all right. So that's the thing. Again, you have to realize that Disinfo agents, compared to the mainstream's telling you to wear 2 masks. Okay, remember that. Mainstream's telling you to wear 2 masks. This guy's saying no. It's like, all right, so that's a lot better. But now he says, oh, by the way, vote for Trump. Probably he'll say that. Anyways, okay, so that's that. And I'm gonna go to the washroom, and then I'll come back. And I want to power through a lot of the MH370 stuff. I have a whole lot of stuff there. And what else we have here? MES. Yeah, I'll save this for a later one. I have a giant. I'll discuss these, and I'll power through some of them. But I want to go through MH370 first. Maybe these at the end. If I have time, I'll go through these at the end. I'll do MH370. I'm gonna go to the washroom, and I'm gonna do MH370, and then we'll do Richard Hall, and then we'll go back to the random stuff if we have time, and so on. High-tech ordnance, X demo, X arm. Okay, this guy's enough caps lock mumbo jumbo there. It was likely just all do. Everything do. Okay, so going back here, I'm gonna go in as I usually meteor. How do I like hear you? Yeah, Keter Meteor. Alright, I'm gonna play some music and I'm gonna go to the washroom. So which is the best one to play? Toasted cars there. That's pretty cool. Gonna play some toasted cars, I'm gonna go washroom.
Look at these 2 cars placed on top of one another. I think when you think about the impact that these planes must have had, it's hard to visualize because everything melted. But here, at least you have some remnants. You have literally an engine that is melded together with other parts of the car. Moving over, you've got another car they moved here. Looks like it's been through a war. You can see the papers, all the burned out papers in the building. You see the soot and the dirt, and it just shows you how devastating this blast was. Look across the street there. You've got a Con Ed truck that, you know, some of the Con Ed people now looking at, examining, trying to figure out which truck that actually was. But that truck too, in terrible shape. So while many of the items of steel was literally melted.
No, I don't really have a theory. I show evidence. This is evidence. Theory is when you're guessing at something. whether it's a physical phenomenon or whatever, I'm looking at what is there and very carefully going through what is there because it's something we've never seen before.
Alright, I am back, guys. And this guy's, I think we got a first comment Odyssey. Let's go back here. Why is it not showing there? He says, Salviette. What does that mean? Let's go. Okay, we got first comment on Odyssey, guys. Let's go. Okay, let's go back here. Yeah, so I can scroll up. Yeah, I'll do that, actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, then we have first comment on Odyssey. Why does it do that? Yeah, okay, put it under. Alright, so there it is. First comment on Odyssey. And we are good to go. Alright, so we have, yeah, Salviette is a greeting. Salve. What language is this? Oh, Latin word means hello. Okay, so we got someone saying hello. Alright, guys, actually, speaking with the melted vehicles, or this, yeah, toasted cars, there's, what people don't realize is, this one I found out when I was doing my giant video that I'm working on. It's gonna be like, just like 2-hour documentary. I'm gonna click right here, toasted. So the toasted car parking lot. So if you've seen the toasted car parking lot, like this is that parking lot, and it's like well away from the WTC, and it's all burning up, like weird fires, got rusted, it's all rusted out, and so on, and like, and a lot of them just exploded randomly, and they got rusted out like that. So those toasted cars right there, they weren't hit by anything, not even the cloud. So this is the toasted car parking lot, and from WTC, from this edge to this part is 400 feet. So going even further, we're talking about like almost 800 plus feet away from the north tower on the north side. So the impact comes in from this side where my mouth is, from the north to south. That's the first impact. The second one is from here inside out. So, and now this is from when I was looking through the live coverage, the toasted car parking lot on 9/11 started getting on weird electrical fires right after the first impact and became exacerbated after the second impact. The toasted cars were 400 feet from the towers, and there is no evidence or even indication that any significant degree could have landed there before the buildings fell. Note the reporter says that the parking lot is about 10 city blocks from the North Tower, so you may be referring to an even farther parking lot. Even further. So basically he's saying right on impact, toasted cars blocks away had nothing hit on them, just literally ignited. So listen to this right here.
Across, I'd say a good 10 city blocks, New York City blocks from that North Tower, there's a parking lot which I'm right over. There are cars on fire that evidently got hit by debris, and these cars are just burning untended to the ground. There's one completely engulfed in flames, and mind you, this is quite a distance from this first building, and those fires began right after the first explosion, and then just got exacerbated by this second one a few minutes later.
All right, so literally the explosions, and then before the buildings even fell, and they just somehow cars are being toasted. Yes, so that is part of the giant 2-hour video I'm making. And there is also on impact. There's also the like reports of buildings and people getting like hurt, buildings exploding, windows exploding, or like windows vanishing, not just exploding, vanishing, parts of buildings vanishing, like literally 10 blocks, 8 to 10 blocks away. Right on impact. So you got something coming in here, and you got a giant, like let's say a building, just somehow people just get damaged somehow, like incredibly far away from these impacts. Some of them are like way away from anything going on. And again, these are like, imagine and this gets hit, and all of a sudden you're over here and your house blows up. So something really weird is here. Yeah. So yeah, Richard lost the case. Okay, I'm gonna go through MH370, guys. And then we'll power through some stuff. I just want to go through everything that the title has, and then go through the random stuff. Try to power through and do the random stuff as well. Because we got 1 hour and 30 minutes in. I think we did pretty good timing. So now, and we covered a whole lot of Disinfo agents there. And that's all recent stuff too. And again, this is just, and it's 2024 right now. And there's an election season coming on. And 9/11 is still being covered up. Because when 9/11 covers up, is because once you realize it, then it's like there's no going back. You're not going to be voting for some orange person or some diversity hire. All right. So, okay, great song need to play. All right. What was the song? I got a message from. Where great the song where to play. But is it what is this one here? Yeah, I just don't want to get copyright, but anyways, I don't want to get copyright, but you guys, these are great songs, and follow 9/11 Revisionist. Anyways, we'll play some of that later. I just don't want to get copyright every single time when I do my streams. It's like YouTube is good because it's like super quick and everything's fast, but it's like they stifle, and they also have like bots everywhere. All right, here did someone have a comment right here? Okay, live chat Odyssey. What happened to Odyssey chat? Did it go? That's the Rumble chat. I just want to check where the Odyssey one was. All right, there's the Odyssey. All right, so there's a first person commenting on Odyssey. Let's go back into MH370, guys. MH370, we're going full on in. Okay, so yesterday was Ashton Forbes' birthday. Ashton Cash video. So this is the thumbnail. So Insider Dave made this one, and I added the photo on top there, but this fake one. So he had this one, and he also has a animation. I have it scheduled for my Telegram later today. Let's go to the schedule. So new Ashton Grifter Forbes. Yeah, Ashton Forbes. Boy, there's too many grifters there. New Ashton Forbes Grifter animated meme alert. So there it is. There it is. Let's go. Yeah, and he's on Candace Owens' show and all that. All right, so let's continue. What's the next setup here? So Ashton Forbes' birthday was yesterday. I think I already mentioned that. Ashton Forbes downplays 9/11 and upplays obvious MH370 hoax. So you can just go right here and back there. So let's power through everything we have. Ashton 9/11. I'll power this up here. Okay, Ashton Forbes 9/11. Yeah, let's go to the 9/11. Where's the? It's been a while. Okay, there. I need to save this link. Yes. Anyways, this was when 9/11 Revisionist. I think Ashton blocked him now, and he blocked me as well. When he told him, "Hey, if you're talking about these the teleportation, why aren't you talking about the holographic images on 9/11?" He says, "Stop pressing me on it. Your beliefs are your own. I did not believe 9/11 was holographic airplanes or whatever." And he also says. The 9/11 conspiracy theories require a lot of convoluted logic and conjecture. I watch the towers collapse in real time on TV. I watch people jump to their deaths. I'm not interested in conspiracy stuff around it at all. MH370 videos have the highest quality cameras on Earth. Military cameras showing us the actual science for a plane that was never found. They're not remotely the same. All right. So he's saying those two obviously fake videos, which he's admitted that it were fake before, and then he retracted, are somehow not the same as 9/11 irrefutable evidence from many different angles, not just two obviously fake images, two videos. So that was that one. But now if you listen to him here, he says, "I used to think Alex Jones was crazy. Now everything he says rings inevitable. Human chimera hybrids, sure, why not?" All right, so he's entertaining it there. And Bitcoin Clown says, "Won't go near 9/11. Talk about hybrids." Yep. So he'll talk about anything but 9/11. And again, I'll put a link here. So that was 9/11. If you fail that litmus test, then it's basically you are a Disinfo agent. Okay, I'm powering through some of the Ashton Forbes stuff, then I'll go through the debunking stuff. So throwback to when Ashton joked about creating the MH370 videos, but again, I think he didn't create them, but someone else very likely did. So play this one right here. Ashton Forbes update. So Ashton Forbes joking about creating the MH370 videos. He does sound rather convincing, though.
You ready for the big announcement?
I am.
Okay, guys.
An exclusive.
I've thought about it for a long time. Decided.
Is this exclusive?
This is exclusive. It's time to come clean, guys. You got me. I'm the one who made the videos. I've been perpetuating a hoax on you guys this whole time. You fell for it. I'm a VFX expert. I'm coming out. I'm telling you guys, I've been hiding my skills this whole time. I built this whole case up just to trick the entire internet so that I could get on Joe Rogan. All you guys fell for it. 6 months in the making. Actually, I made those videos 10 years ago. And now here I am, and I waited for the long con of 10 years later to come out with it, guys. Wow, can you believe it?
It's the long game. The long game wins.
Man. For anyone who's out there, yes, I'm joking. I did not make the videos.
All right. So that was him. It's pretty convincing about the part of this whole hoax. And also, 9/11 Revisionist says, "Oh, but Ashton loved the info I was giving him. except he didn't like, but then it didn't like me calling him out for not linking the tech to 9/11. Yeah, that is true. He likes you talking about cold fusion, free energy, etc. Don't bring up 9/11 because it's like 9/11 shows you that it's not just some sort of just random people on the internet talking. It's literally being used to murder own citizens. All right, so that was that part. Let's continue power through. So and also throwback to when Ashton admits the videos are fake. This was back in the cloud footage. Once people realized that the cloud footage was found. So, MH370X statement, a follow-up. I have spoken with Kim.com and respect his advice after talking. After having reviewed the raw images myself, I am prepared to make the following statements. The cloud images seem to be too close of a match to be a coincidence. As a rational and logical person, I do not have a way to explain them matching to such a high degree. After talking with Jonas, I don't believe him to have any malintent. I no longer claims the videos are authentic, and so on. I don't know why this covers up. Authentic due to this evidence. Kim has agreed to make a payment to Jonas for supplying the assets, and so on. And it goes on and some other issues with the payment going on. Anyways, this community is special. Thank you for all amazing people I've met on journeys, normal person, etc. Ashton Forbes, and then he ended up double downing and so on. And also he had an interview with Germ Warfare, and Germ Warfare, they deleted that. They deleted the interview as well once they got some common sense. All right. Okay, Scott NYC says your cloud evidence convinced me. Yeah, that's great to hear. I have other evidence going on. So, okay, monumental report on the MH370 and Ashton hoax. And then I'm going to do some live debunking because I need to review all the stuff. But before I get to that, I'll do the clouds ones here. I just want to show the cloud stuff. Clouds don't move even at 10x speed in a composite video. There and this one. What's this one? I think, this is just the other one. So you can, again, go to my Telegram. Okay, so if you look at this here, here's 10x speed. So I didn't make this video, but someone else made it. I just sped it up. So this is the video right here. So here's the normal speed video. At what you do is you just basically every time it gets out of frame, you just crop it and make it and then just add it to another frame. So you should have nothing moving on the wherever it's not in frame, wherever it's not part of the video. So for example, it's going to be part of the video here. Once it moves here, you're going to cut it here. And it's also using the clouds as well, the stock footage. I believe it's using stock footage. But anyways, so it's going like this. So here's a composite of all of it together. And the clouds never move. The only thing moves, again, you have these trailing stuff going on. Yeah, and it just disappears like that. All right. So what I did, I just sped up this composite at 10x speed, and you could see. All right, so you could see right here. Yeah, and there's nothing. Yeah, nothing moves there. Nothing moves. Again, so I didn't make those videos there, but regardless, nothing moves. If you even see them, even if you see it up close, nothing's actually moving. Besides the other stuff. And again, just to illustrate what actual movement is. So the cloud's not moving. And now here's actual, if you go to ISS footage of live, this is live footage. You can go literally live footage right now. There's stuff moving. Oh, then the other part I wanted to add was the speed of the play. So there's stuff moving. So the question is, how is it being filmed? Everything's perfectly stationary, but the plane. So you got, this is how stuff's moving. And now let's say speed or circumference of Earth. So I'll just go out to ChatGPT here. What speed is Earth moving at, both in radians or both in radial speed in mph and speed in mph on the surface? Orbital speed. So it's going 666. Okay, that's now we got some flat earthers gonna go and say, hey, why is that? So that's very, very, very interesting. Why 666? This is around, or no, that's around the Earth. I mean, around the Sun. So rotational speed at the equator, Earth's speed is about 1,000 miles an hour. So again, the clouds are moving with it due to drag and so on, inertia. So you're going 1,000 miles an hour cloud. And then what's the radial speed? Well, actually, radial speed is already 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day, miles per hour. No, I'm trying to think. Yeah. It's just 24 hours a day. So in 24 hours, it will rotate a full rotation. In 24 hours, yeah. So 24 is, again, that's just going to be a full 360 degrees. So it's going 1,000 miles an hour. So the clouds are going 1,000 miles an hour. If assuming that ISS is stationary. But then what's the speed of ISS? Speed of ISS. Okay. An average speed of what is this one going? It's going 17,500 miles an hour. So it's even faster. No wonder it's going like that. Okay, so that's going even faster. Let's go. Where's that ChatGPT stuff? I'm doing live research right as we speak. How fast is ISS going? Okay, this is per hour. Okay. Yeah. So this means that astronauts on board see a sunrise, sunset 16 times a day. So it's going 16 times faster. Yeah. This checks out. So the question is, what satellite is going? Like literally in line with the... So if you go back to this thing here. So it's filming it, nothing's moving. So it must be moving literally at the exact same speed and location and like direction as the clouds. As every cloud. So again, that's it's just hard to describe how fake this is. Why you never reach on time, I always get jet lag. Alright. Anyways, okay, so now we'll do monumental report. This guy posted right here, and then I found the other stuff there, which it appears to check out. So go right here. We're doing so monumental report on Ashton Forbes MH370 teleportation psyop and grift from a former Ashton believer. And then this is Ashton tweets. Also, Ashton tweets nearly every 9 minutes. So the other part here, we'll go over some of the numbers here. The coordinates, they show that a real Boeing actually, in the image there, if you actually look at the pixel size and calculate it, and using GPS on Google Maps to find the coordinates and measure the distance, it's actually, you're actually going to have a plane that's half the size, or roughly half the size, and going half the stall speed. We'll illustrate that soon. And also, there's a bunch of messages that he says right here. He says they challenge any scientist, physicist, or expert on MH370 to a debate. Well, I asked him for a debate. I actually said, yeah, sure, but he blocked me, so he's lying there. And also, the plane actually matches perfectly the like pre-2014 VFX tech. You just get the drone there, and the drone has exactly, and they have these assets already. They already have the plane and the drone, and you match them up and exactly where the camera would be, where the camera would be floating. And we'll get to that in a bit also. And also here's 163 tweets per day. You can check his tweets per day. He's over at 29,000 tweets as of May, I think, of this year. Yeah, so he posts tweets per day. Oh no, these are per week. I mean, yeah, he's at he peaks at, this was in May. It was going at 29,000 per week. 163 tweets per day. That's 6.81 tweets per hour. Equals 1 tweet every 8 minutes 50 seconds. And we'll go to the giant document right here. Okay, let's click the document, and you could download. Yeah, so this document. This was the guy here, and he made a bunch of these AI stuff here. Earth is stationary in my location, anyways. Okay, any person talking about free energy and does not talk about Dr. Wood are suspect. Yeah, that is true. Well, they're also worse than suspect. They are criminals. Because they're very likely criminal. And this is some cool AI or something that he's using. MH370 abduction meme. And there's the orbs right there. This is very well done. All right. There's some orbs. There's the giant orb. We found it, guys. Real. I think he updated the images. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the plane is just over half the size of a real plane. And also the speed is going too slow. Speed is 226. We'll go over that in a bit. And here's the VFX stuff here. I'll show the VFX one first. VFX. Whoops. And also I have 333 subscribers on links. I mean VFX. Or let's go to MH370 plane. We'll go over the size one after. I just want to go matches. Why is it matches? Yeah, this one here. So MH370 video fakery. So MH370 video fakery. The MH370 infrared, quote infrared footage shows the drone at an impossible angle from where the camera actually is. However, using 3D software, the drone matches a camera view floating just below the wing. In other words, the video CGI. So here's this is the drone that with the camera there, where the and it's also, if you look at it, I think this is curvature should be visible viewed at an angle. Yeah, there's also a curvature right here. So there's a curved housing. So when you actually have it from underneath and you're aiming up, you should have a curved, whatever the thing on top should be curved. It's not this thing that's blocking it. And so that's where the camera is. And you should have this visible scenario there. And so that's how the drone is. And now here is in pre-2014 tech, you have the drone right there. There's the camera should be actually in here, but then in order to get an actual match, you need to put a floating camera view here. When you put this here, you have a perfect match with the, now you have the actual footage. There's the CGI. It's perfect match with the line there. And this is just a stock, you could just go and download the actual drone right there and put it in that, I think it's called Jet Strike or something like that. And you have the exactly perfectly matches even the stuff on top. And that's with putting a camera over here. Is the actual housing is somewhere on the right side. And the actual one that Ashton Forbes keeps talking about, that drone, the camera's over here, so you should have a curved housing, but you just have a straight one. So you need to put a camera behind it somewhere over there. So leading edge of wing instead of, is forward of camera, and camera is forward of leading edge. So camera's in front of this leading edge. So this one should not be there. And yeah, so it's so camera should be behind. So again, it's at an impossible angle. So this is where it should be, and that's how it looks. It matches exactly a stock image of it. And we'll play this. We already just played this. So I just wanted to show that. So it matches that perfectly, and even the other one as well. So this is also stock plane as well. Matches perfectly, just stock plane, and so on. So we got that. All right, and let's see some other stuff right here. So he says, keeping these areas might help and you judge the comparison. Yeah, this is just the super sharp area there. There's other stuff there. And so on. Okay. And he posts some other stuff there. I just want to continue further. Drone video stabilization. Yeah, there's all other scenarios as well. The stabilization should be, real ones don't shake as much as the current one, as the video. Okay. So anyways, going further. Anyways, there's the grift setup there. You can also see a lot of his grift stuff. He's got the meme there. Grift. The felon. Oh, yeah. So he tried to steal classified data for $10,000, and I think he got scammed earlier as well. Shane McLeod Kajunk ain't around anymore to do deductions. McLeod. Who's McLeod? Okay. And Kajunk. Anyways. So also he was saying that he was going to be the world's the best scientist ever. Let's see the Ashton. So if you go to my thing, I have 98 messages on 98 posts about Ashton. Throwback to when, he was going to be the world's top physicist. Oh no, this is when he was scammed for $30,000. He thought he was getting classified documents. Let's go back here.
I can tell the difference between people who are honest and people who aren't in about 5 seconds. I grew up in the internet age, so I'm very familiar with it. So don't try to fool me. Don't try to act cute, whatever. If you want to ask honest questions, then ask honest questions. Next question here. Yes! Yes!
So he's yelling. He thought someone actually sent him classified documents for $3,000.
Yes! 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 Holy shit! Holy shit! MQ-1C Gray Eagle! Holy shit! Holy shit! Yes! Oh my god, I'm gonna get killed. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Whoa, look, we gotta look at the other one. Did I get scammed?
all right. So he got scammed. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyways, so that was that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff here. You don't know. Sorry for mentioning it to you. Live long. Okay, hold on. Oh, you're double my age. Sounds good, sir. Alright, deep thoughts. And also, he also told a debunker as well, a woman there. You saw a guy wouldn't even R-word you, okay? And he drinks a lot in his live stream. Alright, and so on. And there's, again, there's posts in the thousands. He obviously has a team behind him. And there's other super chat revenue as well as picking up as well. Guys, we have to match up the super chats with what's his name, Ashton Forbes. So throw in some bunch of cash monies and so on. Okay, now I'm gonna go over. Okay, again, this keeps going on and on. this guy went hard, and he actually, these are a compilation of all his quotes right here. You can see right here. There's another one. I think he mentioned. Yeah, he actually said to someone, "You want to D measure." Okay, so you want to measure your D's. All right. So, anyways, so this is guys at world's top physicist, and whoops, I closed the wrong chat. What did I just close? Oops, I accidentally closed the chat. Oh, my bad. I'll bring this back up. Okay, so now we're getting... Once I talked about MH370, people start showing up. Okay, let's go. So MH370, no wonder he's talking about it all day. I'm just like trying to catch up on some of his clout. Just to show people some sense. And also, the only reason I ever made the MH370 videos was because Andrew Johnson got fooled by them. And I'm like, alright. I gotta make it. Because I... don't want 9/11 real truthers involved in this. Alright, so that was that. And... okay, so we got this, and let's go back into the MH370. Okay, now we're going back into the... yeah, so from that document, I got that the sizing of it, and the speed is very, very, very slow. So we're going to do some live debunking. And also, I'm going to open up, this is Ashton Forbes' table of coordinates. Oh, yeah, but now we can actually see it. Okay, unable to view. I thought Twitter made the new thingy. Or was that later comments? So I'll have to switch accounts to my grade calculator. Add an existing account. Sign in with grade calculator. Or okay, I'll just see if I can go GC. See if this works. Okay, so now the question is, what is my grade calculator password? Okay, so I got it in. I'll just save it. So we got that in. So let's go to the Ashton and the coordinates. So we're doing live debunking as we speak. So this, he put some coordinates in here. He got them from the those bogus videos. Whoops, I'm gonna start closing some stuff. Okay, and we're gonna close some stuff. Okay, so from that I got that. I realized, okay, that someone's did actual measurements of the speed there. So we're gonna go right here. Okay, this one right here. MES live debunking plane is nearly half the size and going half the stall speed of a real Boeing MH370 plane, just a real Boeing. You go right here, and okay, so the plane in the this footage right here is a better quality when you can see the thing. This was actually a person on Reddit made this, and so right here you can see the coordinates. He plotted up at each location the flight path from satellite video, 54 seconds of flight for 3.39 kilometers, and from there you can deduce the speed it was going at from GPS, 62.8 meters per second, because that video has coordinates at the bottom. They're like cropped out. You have to like zoom in to see them. And then so the plane is, he calculated the plane to go 226 kilometers per hour. All right. Let's see. All right. So going this for this section, yeah. So anyways, so once you get the speed, and then you can literally get the pixels, and then you calculate how much pixels in a span of time, and then from there you can deduce the pixel length. So if you have 200 pixels, if you can calculate it, because if you know the speed of it, and you know the seconds, you can calculate how much pixels per distance. So 200 pixels equals 42.7 meters for the plane. So this plane right here, this basic math right there, would be 205 pixels. And so that'll be 42.7, but the actual size is about 73 meters. So it's actually like by volume is about half. And the stall speed. Okay, so it's going 226 kilometers per hour. And if you ask ChatGPT for the stall speed, so to convert, and this is at altitude, at high altitude, you can I just ask it what's the stall speed using the estimated high altitude stall speeds of 220 to 250 knots. It converts it into 407 to 463 kilometers per hour. So the Boeing 777 stall speed at high altitude can be estimated for between 407 and 463 kilometers, depending on the specific conditions. In other words, at high altitude, the air density is less. You're gonna have less thrust per each speed there. So you need to go at least 400 kilometers an hour. Otherwise, the plane would stall and just literally fall down from the sky. But the actual speed is going 226, so go about half or more than half, depending on which upper limit or lower limit is you're using. So, and that's the stall speed. You can literally go and ask ChatGPT and just Google easy stuff like that. And now we're gonna do some live debunking by just trying to validate a few of the coordinates and see how we can get. We'll get from the first point to the end point. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, so here it is. You can go Boeing 777 stall speed at high altitude. Just see what it is. You can Google it as well. Pre-search puts it at 150, 180 indicated speed. That's just this word here. Roughly 120 miles an hour. Now this is at high altitude. Where's the high altitude? Pre-search is so bad. Let's go to google.com. At 40,000 feet, what is the minimum speed of it? Stall speed. This guy says 509 kilometers an hour. So that's 4,000 feet. The stall speed is generally in the range of 250 to 300 knots. So yeah, so again, at high altitude, the higher altitude you need, the faster you need to go, otherwise you'll stall. All right, so that's very, very important to know. And here's some coordinates he put. Okay, this is some coordinates that Ashton Forbes put, and we'll measure it from his first as well. But before we get to that, I'll show you. This is where I got this from. This is some guy on Reddit, Beard Monkey 85, plane in the satellite video is half-sized. So I did some maths on the satellite video and the plane length, and it shows the plane is half-sized. Am I missing something here? And here's the coordinates. You can see them a bit better, like that. So he has 850, 03, 93. I think it's like the way it says 93 minutes, 50 seconds, and then arc seconds or something like that. But anyways, we'll use Ashton's numbers here, sequence. I'll get the beginning and the end, and then see what happens. So we'll go. What you could do is you can go Google Maps. So go 8.83, and then just put comma. So east is the first one. Then 93.19 as the north. So you go to Google Maps. Let's go to Google Maps right here. Okay, Rotary Motion says those are Ashley Burnett's coordinates in the description of his videos. Let's see if that is it. Okay, so yes, if you put that in here, so you get this one right here. So I'll go directions to, and then reverse it. I'm double checking right here. I believe this is what I didn't have time to read all this stuff here, but I'm assuming that's what he meant. Following evidence trumps all. Those coordinates are regularly updated when the perspective changes. Yeah, so it is about that. 8.82 and 93.2. Let's go to 8.82 and 93.2. All right, let's go to here. What just happened? How come this? I switched it. Okay, so we can't do switching then. Okay, so we have to do this. Oh, there it is. We'll go back this again. Copy this. So I don't know what is going on here. Okay, so how does the person use Google Maps there? What did he use? I just want to. So again, we're doing live debunking, guys. So it's gonna take some getting used to. So let's see how we calculated this out. So one of our basic maths and appears to be 42.7. My method wasn't accurate, but as it says half size, real length, I wonder where I could possibly make a mistake. And he couldn't find any mistakes here. So took the coordinates from the satellite itself and put it in Google. So he also initially he had posted by Ashton Forbes and verified himself. Measured distance and gave some room on either end for a total. I'm just getting a scam caller. Okay. Let's go to Google Maps. See what I think he put in maps, or what did he use? Why can't I just find what I'm searching for? There it is. So input in Google Maps, measure distance, and gave some room. So the thing is, how is he measuring distance? Like, why is it so hard to do stuff here? Yeah, I'm gonna refresh again. It's like, why is everything so hard? Okay, so we got Google Maps. I'll just put it like this. I'm gonna get the other coordinate as well. Where's the, okay, what I'm gonna do is this. 8.82, 93.2. Let's see, would this work? Atom C to Atom C. So they're both in here. Oh, there it is, okay. So there it is, okay, there to there. So what I'm gonna do is you can right click, measure distance from there to there. So 1.52 kilometers. So this guy, it checks out. Okay, I think this is pretty good. 1.52. So I don't know which coordinates that he was using initially. But yeah, so this guy measured it as 3.39. Yeah, so from there all the way to here, he travels a full 3.39. So flight path, it goes 3.39. Yeah, so this checks out. This distance, I don't know which one Ashton was using from beginning to the end. That's probably cutting it off from there to there, but the other one's going down and around, but it still shouldn't be that long. But anyways, so if it's 1.52, is that 1.52? Yeah, so we have to double check everything he got right here. Okay, so where is that spot? Oh, no, I think that was just before the crash. Video location 7. Okay, 8.49. Okay. I need to see. I need to double check some stuff here. So the thing is, okay. So this is Ashton Forbes, and I think he's ignoring some stuff here. Okay, so we're gonna do it live right now instead of looking at this one. We're gonna pull out the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Snaggy. I'll put it right here. We're gonna go to the first. So again, if you write on my Telegram, you can go MH370 right here, and there's 95 messages. So you go all the way to the very, 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 very beginning when I first looked at them. And now if you go here, so what I'm going to do is, okay, there it is. There's a location right there. I'm going to highlight this. Or actually before it moves, I think. Okay. I'm going to screenshot this. Actually, we don't even need Snaggy. I'll just put this out. Okay, so this is the first coordinate. We're doing live research right here. I just want to get double check something. Okay, so if we zoom in there, like this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with. 8.82 and 93.1. Or 8.8, no, I think 8.34. Okay, we'll put it in Snaggy instead so I could type. Okay, so this one right here is, I think that's 8 point, super hard to see, 8.834201 and 93.10402. I think that's what it was. And let's see what the other guy posted. Whoops, I will exit this. So this guy has it posted as, okay, he has it converted already, so we have to do it this way. 8.83. Okay, I'm gonna exit this and just put it like this. So 850 03. Almighty converts that into this setup. The degrees, yeah. So degrees, minutes, seconds, or something like that. Arc minutes. Or so 850 9306. 850 93. This one's 9311. Is not a big deal. And the next one. So that's at that location, video location 1. And let's continue on this journey. I just want to go from there to the bottom. Okay, I'll go the farthest to the bottom. Okay, this might be better to see. Okay. Before it starts curving. Okay, so we'll go from here. Well, I'll go a bit more. Once it moves. Okay. There's a movement there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we got this one. And I'll do another snaggy. So guys, we're doing live research as we speak. Well, I'll just start doing this. Okay, go back like this. These are like so hard to see. 93.1047, and this one I have no idea what that says. It's like, what are the actual coordinates? Okay, this might be a bit easier to see here. Okay, open new image. Yeah, so 8.8287. Let's see what this says. 8.8287. I don't know what the other one's. 98 or something. 898. I don't know. And then the other one 93.105. Yeah, it's like 105. Okay, these are okay. Directions. Alright. So, I don't know. Okay, that's all the way here. 1.52. Okay, so this is over here. Yeah, so these other coordinates, I think I rounded up too much. Okay, I'll put it from here to this one, just to get any 6.7 meters. Oh, 600. Oh, there's 600 meters. Okay, so that's 600 meters from there to there at the bottom. Yes, so 600 meters. And then it goes in. Yeah, that'll be another 600. It'll be 1. And then it keeps going on. Yeah, I think this checks out. Let's go to all the way to the end. Just gonna go all the way to the absolute end. Yeah, so I think this all checks out, guys. Okay, and I think this was just before he shifts. Okay, go back again. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight this, and just to see how we are doing. So I might do a separate video on this because I think it does check out. Everything checks out. And then snaggy again. So we got this one. We got this. I'll just close this, and then this one here. And then open new tab. It's hard to read. 8.82, I think. 93.21. Yeah, this one is super hard to read. I just want to double check what we got here. Go back to this. Where's that other? Okay, I'm gonna close this one. Okay, Reddit right here. He went 8494. I just don't know why they use that other one. If you're putting in Google, well, you could put the other one, but it's gonna be like that distance. 806. This one's just a bit hard to read. I'll try to do this again to find one that's a bit easier to read. Holy, why is it so bright and hard to read? Okay, so that's gone. Okay, I think when he moved it, he panned it a bit. Then he, once he pans it, I'll take that. Once he pans it, so we know the coordinates. Okay, why is it not doing anything? Just pan it. Oh, whoops. Okay, there's a panning. We're not too much panning. Wait up. Okay. Why did it not stop? Okay. I just want to zoom in. I just want to get a rough estimate. What is this one now? Because it's super hard to read. Alright, last try. And I will just assume it's right. Snaggy. Okay, this one is 8.82. 8.22507. And this one is super hard to read. 93.21. I have no idea. 8 or something. And compare with the Reddit one. Oh no, we'll close all these. I'm gonna have to go each time Google Maps. Okay, this is a 813. No, I read that wrong. So this is 8.32. I think it's 8.32. 8.32. Did I read it right? 8.8. No, it's 8.8. Oh no, it was shifted way too much. Alright, guys, I hate how it's like, this is where are they getting these coordinates from? Why is it so hard to see anything? Okay, I'm gonna do last one. Where's the before it moves? Okay, there it is. And find it here. Put this in here. There's got to be a better one. Is this the only, like, where they're getting all these numbers from? And I'm gonna do contrast. Contrast, brightness, contrast. Okay, brightness. Yeah, so I think it's 8.82. Okay, 8.828. It's just absolutely brutal to read. I do not even know. I'm gonna close this. So we are. Anyways, we're gonna have to roughly guess it. Okay, how does Ashley Burnett know them perfectly? It's so impossible to read them. Last one, 8.82936. I just want to put that in. Because the thing is, I don't know which ones Ashley's posting. How about, and then add another one. How do I add another spot? Okay, so I'm gonna put this one. That's the first. This is the second. Okay, where does this go? Okay, so we have 3 of them. Okay, so yeah, you just put one in and it automatically finds it. It keeps your spot there. That's good. Whoops. Oh no, never mind. This goes behind it. And what I'm gonna do is, if that's that, I'm gonna do a distance. Measure distance. I'm gonna actually what I could do is, oh yeah, I'll just keep it like that. Yeah. I'll delete that. Yeah. So basically, yeah, 3.29. All it needs to go right here. All you have to do is literally look at it. So this was from here to here, and I think it's pretty much open and shut case. Because look, if you go from here to here, is about 600 meters, like from there to there, and then the rest is literally gonna be cut and paste. Yeah, you're gonna get to 390. 339. Yeah. So in my opinion, this matches up. It's like literally just looks like that, and that's it. You're good to go. Whoops. This. All right. All right. So we have that, guys. I think we're, and then once you have that distance ready, 3.39, and then you calculate the whole distance it is for this section in 5 seconds. So it's going this fast. So it's going 294 pixels per second. And let's see. So it goes in, and then you calculate with the full flight speed from GPS 62.1. I'm going to go back to the GPS one. And how long did that take? So this is starting from the beginning. You have, it goes from there. Let's see, when does it change though? Okay, and 1, 2. And when does it explode? Or I think it's before it explodes. Okay, let's go to 50 and then 52. I'm just going to go roughly 50 seconds. So we go 3.3 now. Let's go back to ChatGPT. Or just go back to ChatGPT. We're doing 3.39 kilometers and, well, this is divided by 50 seconds. Yeah. So what is that? Wait, that's kilometers per second. Times by 3.39 kilometers in 50 seconds is km per hour. .244. Okay, so it does look like it. Yeah, so like from my quick estimation, it looks like it's going over there, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. because this was only a quarter of the time, or like way less, and it goes 600 meters. And going back here, so his calculation was 226. Yeah, so it's like no way around it. It's half the speed as it should be. Clouds don't move, and it's the half the size. So now you calculate the pixel size from it. Again, I'm assuming this is right. I may do a video on this, so I might do a video breaking it all down. But it literally checks out. So the stall speed. The stall speed is a pretty big one. So if the stall speed was, it would need to go. So this one from here to here was 600 meters. When I showed was just a few seconds. In order for the stall speed, in order for it to go into the same speed, you would have to remove all this whole section. It would have to go literally. This is 600 meters. So you would go 3.39. So divided by 2. So 1.7. So you would need to go literally up to here. 1.7. So that's how fast it would go. It would need to go from here to here in that same. Actually, no, yeah, in that. No, even low. No, never mind. I got that wrong. This is 600 meters. So then it would be roughly about 3.39 here. The actual one would need to go to way beyond it. 6.6, 6.8. So the actual one needs to go literally double the distance. So, and this one is definitely not going double the distance in that very slow speed. All right. Oh, Michael Desarian. Yeah, I've seen Michael Desarian. Michael Desarian's got very interesting. I think he's, I think he's the only one that's got like, he's like the David Icke, but like I think not a Disinfo agent. But again, he hasn't covered 9/11, so once he covered 9/11, David, I think Desarian has very epic psychology knowledge on humans and so on. But very interesting. Anyways, so that was that. It's 3:13 right now. What else? Okay, I'm going to continue further. So that was live debunking. And again, Andrew Johnson from Check the Evidence was the reason I made the MH370 debunking videos. Because he initially believed it, and then I shared another email with him once he flip-flopped, and he talked about him flip-flopping. We'll play this as I make the desk higher. So MES causing Andrew Johnson to flip-flop on the MH370 teleportation hoax videos again.
And then finally, just for this short update, I'm now flip-flopping again on the MH370, and this is really all Matthew MES's fault. And Matthew Estifu, who runs the Math Easy Solutions, he's done many videos on 9/11. He's been quite prolific in his output, actually. But he alerted me to certain things about Ashton Forbes that I wasn't fully aware of, you know, and he has mentioned things before, but I mean, like the key one, and I've included this on the last update page now. That I did. So I did an update a few weeks ago, and I've added what MES sent me, what Matthew sent me to that page at the bottom. And so basically they posted on his Twitter, you know, that he needs to take a look at 9/11 and all of that research, and look at the work of Mark Conlon and so forth in terms of fake planes and stuff. And he just blew them out and said, 9/11 conspiracies require a lot of convoluted logic and conjecture. I watched the towers collapse in real time on TV. I watched people jump to their deaths. I'm not interested in conspiracy stuff around it all, at all, he says. So he's not really willing to look into the links to some of the stuff he's claiming. You know, for example, that Bob Green has talked about, whether, you know, and he's basing it all on the videos, and MES makes a further case that the videos are actually fake. You know, I flip-flopped on this, but he has provided more links, so you can look at that. So Ashton Forbes does seem to be some sort of mouthpiece for some group, maybe to cover up, you know, what's happened with MH370 again, and put another false narrative out there. Maybe some of what Ashton Forbes says is partly true. Maybe, you know, as I've said before, what happened to the plane? It was, you know, transferred somehow with some advanced technology, some teleportation technology, but the videos that he's claiming are real are actually fake. You know, it's so we will have to keep following this and see where it goes, I suppose. So I've included the message there.
Andrew Johnson has a good point as well. So if the MH370 was teleported, the biggest cover-upper of the teleportation is Ashton Forbes, because he's pushing obviously fake videos and then makes the whole thing laughable. So that's the interesting part. If it was actually teleporting, Ashton Forbes is the cover-up artist. by distracting everyone with those obviously fake videos. And going further, so I'm getting so I'm gonna just open my Twitter on my phone because I'm getting some messages from Rotary Motion. Yeah, Rotary, I see your comments here. So people saying that comments are gone. Make sure that you click live chat instead of top chat. So top chat, some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. So put live chat, it goes through all of them. Okay, once US goes bankrupt, that's not how it works. They can literally create money out of thin air, and they can create gold out of thin air with transmutation and so on. All right, I'm gonna click on see what. Whoops, go back to. All right, guys. People saying, yeah, if your comments are removed, again, click the live button, make sure it's not spam, and so on. Okay, I'm live chat. Okay, interesting. So some of the times the comments are removed. So let's continue. We have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go. So we showed that one. Debunking playlist. Also, guys, make sure to check out the playlist. All links, again, links are there. I have a whole full playlist on this. Some of them are pretty straightforward. Yeah, the cloud, the entire sky matching it is just come on. And this one here is some other hoaxes, some orbs flipping off in the other direction. And what else did I have? Monumental report. Oh yeah, Ashton. Yeah, this is another one. I didn't realize until later. I always suspected because he made some clues saying that he was actually following, that he knew about the 2014 videos way back. But he admits he saw and followed the videos back in 2024. So he was playing the long game. So, and he said this in Candace's own show, out of all people. So where he admits to have seen and followed MH370 teleportation hoax videos in 2014.
And most people, even myself in 2014, I remember seeing the drone video. You can tell it's a drone because you can see the drone's nose in the video, and these drones actually have these slots that are customizable on the wings, where you can pull out, you can put a Hellfire missile on there, whatever, you can put a camera on there. We've found the drones that have cameras in that exact location as well, like an MQ-1C Gray Eagle is one of those. So they might have thought that the media was going to pick up on this, and then they never did.
Of course, the media's job is to not pick up on that specifically.
And the world had no idea. Like, I looked at that drone video, and I just didn't know what I was looking at in 2014, because I followed this case back then as just, you know, an independent citizen and civilian, and thought, well, that's a weird video. And this was before the DoD Navy released those UFO videos and declassified them. And even that, so before that, I didn't even know we used like forward-looking infrared, FLIR. So I had no idea of even the basis of our technology capabilities from a surveillance perspective. But now in 2023, when I saw those videos again, I went, whoa, I remember seeing this.
Yeah, so 2014 he's seeing it unfollow, but also notice what he says. He says he watched it as a civilian. Like, why do you bring up you were a civilian?
No idea. Like, I looked at that drone video, and I just didn't know what I...
Not to pick up on that specifically.
And then they never did. The media was going to pick up on it. So they might have thought that the media is one of those. Have cameras in that exact location as well. Like an MQ-1C Gray Eagle is one of those. So they might have thought that the media was going to pick up on this, and then they never did.
Of course, the media's job is to not...
Even myself in 2014, I remember seeing the drone video. You can tell it's a drone because you can see the drone. These drones actually, where you found the drones that have Q1C. So they might have thought they did.
Of course, the media's job.
And the world had no drone video, and I just didn't know what I was looking at in 2014, because I followed this case back then as just, you know, an independent citizen and civilian.
Oh yeah, okay, they did. I was looking for that quote. So he's telling her, yeah, he saw it, and he was looking at it as an independent civilian. Like, what kind of phrasing is that? You were a gamer back then. Like, why are you talking about independent civilian? This is government speak.
Back then as just, you know, an independent citizen and civilian, and thought...
Okay, independent civilian and so on. Let's go back.
Independent citizen and
independent citizen and civilian. Like, okay. Bob was 100% legit. He engaged with Ashton because he recognized the fakers. The Ashton videos were integrating real events. What we were... oh yeah, the Bob one, I just don't understand. I can't even, like, push myself to it. Yeah, I'll show some of the stuff. I just don't know. It's just... I can't even, like, force myself to entertain it.
Videos and declassified them.
And also,
I had no idea of even the basis of our...
And I think he's doing this with his hands too.
Technology capabilities from a surveillance perspective.
He might be doing this. Like, I
but
see
now in 2023, when I...
So anyways, he speaks like a Freemason. All right. Now the last one here, the Bob Greener one. Yes, the Bob Greener was on my live stream Again, I don't want to say any too was on my live stream, and I avoided bringing up the MH370 hoax videos because I can't take them seriously. So I'm not sure why Bob is. That's sad face. This guy shared on Twitter. I see some of these drone stuff that Bob was talking about.
Yeah. So here, there. This is very, very clear. Okay. So the monopole location is here. This is the non-radiating boundary. Okay, this is the phase inversion. The dark area above will be where it's cohering energy, and you will have the disruption beam coming in to the monopole at the bottom here. Okay. Again, here. So when I saw this video, it was like, well, to fake this one back in 2014 showed incredible understanding of technology that no one had an understanding outside of the black world, even if there was anyone that had an understanding in the black world. To fake this one and have the thermal imaging correctly representing and the non-radiating boundary and everything is beyond imagining. Yeah, so here, there, this is very, very clear. Okay, so the monopole's location is here.
All right, and the other part, the next frame, I didn't show in this clip, but the next frame I made a video debunking this. Again, I can't take that seriously. I just don't understand. Like I just rather just pretend like that never happened. All right, going back to that other one. Let's go to that orb. Wrong. So that orb there, it actually it rotates the wrong way. So if you go to the next frame, this is a frame from like from like way after it. So or UFO orb out of place. This one here, it's rotating this way, and all of a sudden it flips the other way, and then it continues here. So notice this is going around this way clockwise. It's going clockwise, and then all of a sudden it flips back. And this is an exact frame from a image in the future of the like a few seconds later. And hi, it's time. I made a full-on of this. I'll click on the YouTube one, and we'll see it. So again, there's Bob talking about the monopoles, and there's MES just saying, just enough, guys, please. And I made a GIF of it too. So here's what happens. All right. So going back here, it's rotating. It rotates this way, and then it goes on the other and then flips. Side. And it flips, and it's an actual exact match to a frame later. It flips, but now the next one's going to flip to the right side. We were looking at CGI created by people who know how real text work. Again, I just don't know what to say. I think it was just fake to the max. Like there's no physics involved. I think there's no physics. There's just some fake stuff. And so again, the creator of it might show up on Thursday, and his explanation for it. We'll see again. Apparently, the creator might be a bit shady too, according to a few. But my insider said he's a real deal. I had some interesting discussions with him, and also another part is that I forgot to put something in here. So this one right here in my Telegram, I put an update. Oh no, yeah, this X user. So this X user who says Dave knows something. Hey everyone, my friend, I've been researching this past, and then one of his friends put linked me in a video about the MH370, and they said that the video conference was Joe Lancaster, who happens to be the guy behind the videos, and said that they talked to him, and he's gonna show some assets that fully debunk it, original and so on. And then this person actually then he made another post accusing Ashton Forbes, said he talked to his cousin. And that Ashton Forbes was a pedo, but then this guy deleted his account, and Joe told me directly and sent me a screenshot saying that this guy's a scammer and that he never talked to him. So this guy made a giant post. I put it update on my Telegram. So update. Joe told me directly. Yeah. So here the creator video, and he also said he was doing a video on October 25th yesterday on Ashton Forbes' birthday. Interesting, which will include a CIA assets Joe used, and then Joe told me directly that Dave is a scammer and never talked to him. And you go to the Dave knows something, his channel's gone. So what in the world's going on here? Okay. Yeah, Bob said he saw the exact same orb formation. In other words, fakers. And again, I don't know what to say about this. I'm just saying this is just random orbs. And orbs have been been around for a long time, like in a lot of predictive programming. You go to MES links, I think, in the occult one. So if you go to that MH370 teleportation setup, so MH370 psychological operation, if you go to the occult setup there, occult live stream. Where's the occult? I did a full, this MES MH370 occult deep dive. You go in there. There's a lot of very, very interesting stuff here, but and one of them is the timing. So go to timing, right here, lying about it. Okay, interesting timings. So go to interesting timing. There's that really weird UFE. This is 2021, and there's a lot of predictive programming about these like orbs around. You got orbs around planes and so on in movies before this psyop became like popular. And there's a whole bunch of sightings of orbs, or people claiming to see orbs, and so on. So something's interesting about the orbs. Again, the monopole stuff that I got, just from like a neutral perspective, it just looks like an obviously fake, just 3 orbs, and they flip out outside the random stuff. Okay, Stephen, I was so moved by Bob's episode. Yeah, his was very interesting. So because the thing is, again, I think he's a bit too like stuck in the or I don't know, just too bit out there with the terminology and all this. But every paper you reference, I looked it up. The papers are legit. Like there are actual vortex based science being done that has a lot of cold fusion, a lot of weird effects such as seemingly monopoles or just like charge clusters that could do very weird stuff. So a lot of it, it is dealing with it, but I think you may not have a full scientific background where to explain it in a way that doesn't seem to be like a bit out there. So he phrases everything in terms of like Thor's hammer and all this stuff like that. It's just a bit hard to wrap my head around, but he's definitely onto something. Bob passed the acid test on well, he knows about it. But again, there's another one. You got to also promote it nonstop. So, and I have 2 tests, litmus tests. One is flat Earth and MH370. You got to know that Earth's not flat. And the 9/11. 9/11 is a big one. And then also flat Earth is just too ridiculous. And then MH370 is getting over there. It's getting to that area. All right, so that was that, and I think we covered all that. So the question is, should I go to the random one? Well, I'll do the Richard Hall Kangaroo Court, and then I'll go over some random stuff, and I still have some epic stuff to look into, and also I'll power through the some of these after. All right, so guys, I am gonna go through the Richard Hall case now because I want to make sure everything we get in the video right here. So how much time we've covered so far? We've covered here. What's the peak? People here, 45 people right now. We peaked at over 50, I think, almost 50. Yeah, 50. It's a decent one. 50, okay. When Ashton was just a regular civilian. Yeah, so Ashton literally said he was a civilian citizen and following it from 2014, all right? So, like, you can't make that stuff up. Like, who talks like that? And he's on Candace Owens' show. All right. So, what I'm going to do is... Oh, and also another thing. Bob Greener says he uses like remote viewing or just seeing the future. So, that's something interesting. So like so that's another interesting. He's quite the character there. Okay, so Jackson Rip Holmes, Richard Hall, good subject. All right, guys, we're gonna go through the Richard Hall stuff right here. It's absolute kangaroo court. So Richard Hall lost his bogus court case filed by an alleged quote victim of the Ariana Grande alleged terrorist quote bombing. Okay, so we will go through some of these stuff. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's like. It's worse than the Alex Jones one. The Alex Jones one, it's like, the guy's has like a megaphone talking nonsense. This one, Richard Hall actually has evidence and stuff. So this one here, this was on, and note the date, October 22nd is when the date there, this judgment was handed down October 23rd. But the date of they made this file, or that they dated, it was October 22nd. Keep that in mind, 22. They did it on purpose. Hearing dates, 22, 23, 24, and 25th of July. So obviously 22 there. And so between Martin Hibbert, Eve Herbert, by her mother and litigation friend Sarah Gilbert, and Richard Hall. So they're going after someone because he posted videos online. Think about how pathetic these subhuman court system is. Anyways, Jonathan Price, solicitor, again, claimants, again, this lawyer should be ashamed of himself. Like, why are you even with this psychopath, Martin Hibbert? And it's Paul Oakley, instructed by Direct Access defendant, and again, the whole idea was trying to bankrupt him and possibly even shut down his website. Again, that's why you got to post on the Hive blockchain. So in there, and I also said inside, also that was after. Let's go right here. Oh, that was another part. Actually, I'll include this as well. I'm including this as well in the random stuff. Random. We'll go to the random because we have a lot of jam-packed stuff right here. Whoops. What just happened? I could go to the random. I'll put that there. I'll describe it after. I just want to keep that in there. Okay, so that we have that. And then the next setup is a timeline. First, we'll go to then we'll go through the paper itself. But here's a timeline of the court case and Richard update. So if you go here on my Telegram. So timeline of the pure evil BBC going after Richard Hall and also the court case. So and his whole YouTube channel was also removed. Again, it's all BBC was instigating it. So summer of 2022, BBC first contact with quote Manchester victim in the summer 2022, and then email. So they contacted the victim in 2022, and then he gets an email from BBC. They think they want to talk to him about his video he made. And then he gets another email. I think he ignored or just told them he doesn't want to interview them. And an email from BBC again. Email from BBC. 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 Then he gets a letter from BBC. BBC visits his shop with a camera crew. And then BBC forecasts first disaster troll because they want to get him in there so that they can spin his words and then make him look like a lunatic, as BBC always does. And then BBC contact YouTube to get channel removed. So once he didn't interview them, and then they visit him, and then they contact YouTube and gets his YouTube channel deleted after like literally it's been there for 10 years, 10 plus, and all of his stuff is removed. And then BBC broadcast panorama disaster deniers. So first they broadcast disaster troll R4 program, and then they do a disaster deniers, and this is all in a consecutive sequence. Again, they're trying to make an example out of them. And then they go, BBC broadcast 11-part Disaster Troll R4 series. They broadcast the first one, and this 11-part. BBC get market stall shut. So they also get his market shut down. So think about that. They get his YouTube channel deleted. They shut down his market. They do like 11-part hit piece and panorama disaster deniers. And their constant propaganda. And this is all after COVID, when they already brainwashed everybody. Okay, so letter before claim, and then they also contact with the legal stuff right here. Letter before claim. Again, here's first mention of intended legal action. So they're going to do intended legal action. They're saying that I think the alleged victim's going to do that. And then fast forward to 2023, email from BBC, a claim has been filed. Further disaster troll R4 program and BBC article, further BBC article, received notice of claim. So they're literally trying to wreck a person's life. Okay? And here's the update. You can watch the full update on here. Is legal action, and he made a video in 2017. Think about that. 2017, he makes a video. 2022, they shut down his YouTube channel because again, there's nothing wrong with the video, and it's very well done. That's why I started making these videos. Richard Hall was the best when I was researching it. I think he's like in the top 3 alt media researching and stuff. Okay? So Richard Hall is. And this guy Michael Tellinger going on flat earth. My goodness, unbelievable. Anyways, so that's that. And if you haven't seen his videos, watch his videos. Get his book, the Night of the Big Bang. It's very very obvious that let's go. Richard Hall again. This is her mother litigated. This was way back 2022, 23. Okay, so the claimants seek damages and injunction or other remedies against the defendant under the protection from harassment. So think about it. 2017, he makes a video. 2022, they file a claim. Like what over nothing. And misuse of private information. The claimants are based upon conduct by defendant. And claimants, Martin Heaver, father, blah, blah, blah. So what else was it here? Okay, so that's that. There's Richard Hall 1. And I just want to go to the Richard Bang. And then also here is, you can also follow his Telegram for updates and so on. BBC file charges, and then you can see some of his messages there. BBC hit piece, and they also have a hit piece on him. And again, they call them disaster trolls. If you deny anything in mainstream, especially if there's alleged people die, you're gonna get branded by these BBC. Again, they're using him as a hit piece. Anyways, and so on. So going back here, and so remember I said the trial date was on the July 22nd. The document date of his judgment was created on October 22nd, and in the court filing. So going back in the court filing, we're gonna read. We'll skim through the court filing, but in the court filing, they actually mention 22s. So I'll go back to, so this is the court filing. I'm going to open this. Open. And then you can see the judgment and summary. We'll go into, I posted this earlier. So in the bogus court case against Richard Hall, the numerology of 22s was literally brought up against Richard. Absolute clown world. Like, I'm not even joking. They literally bring up numerology in a court case. Numerology in a court case. All right? All right, so by the time Mr. Hibbert appeared on This Morning in December 2018, the 2018 movie, or it was 2018 or 20, oh, no, it was 2017, anyway, it was 2018. 2018 movie or video had also been in the public domain for several months. And this is what Hibbert appears on This Morning, December 2018. However, the 2018 video does not refer to the claimants by name or show any images of them. So you can make a video, not show any images of the person or the name, and nor does it address the number of shrapnel wounds Mr. Hibbert received. I note that it was in a 2020 video. Yes, you made a second 2020 video update on it, and addressed numerology, reading out Appendix 2, 22 to the book. So they used Appendix 2, reading out Appendix 2, 22 to the book. So he put that in that. The Manchester Arena opened in 1995, 22 years before a concert took place. On 22nd of May 2017, the set list for the Ariana Grande concert that night consists of 22 songs. At 22:31, a 22-year-old male, Salman Abdibi, detonated a homemade nuts and bolts bomb, which resulted in the deaths of 22 people. So again, the numerology pretty much tells you it's all just a giant scam. So Martin Hibbert, one of the injured, was hit by 22 pieces of shrapnel. On the 22nd of June 2017, the figure given for the number of injured was revised by the police to 250. Darren Coster, a member of the public who entered the foyer, had 22 years of military experience. A total of 22 people arrested in a connection with the attack, but were all released without charge. On the 22nd of July 2019, 22-year-old Hashim Abdi, the brother of Salman Abdi, appeared at Oxford Crown Court charged with 22 counts of murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to cause an explosion. He then appeared at an Old Bailey on this 22nd of October 2019 and pleaded not guilty to the charges. On the 22nd of October 2019, it was announced that a public inquiry will be held to investigate the deaths of the victims. On the 22nd of November 2019, it was reported that the public inquiry may be delayed because police have failed to provide statements more than 2 years after the attack. Failed to provide statements 2 years after the attack to make a statement. All right. So they include numerology in the court hearing. All right, guys. And the whole thing was literally, if you go to the judgment here, download file. So they set up the date of the judgment was October 22nd, and the hearing date first one was 22nd of July. And then they put it on the 23rd is when they handed out the thing remotely to him. So they made the judgment on the 22nd, and they handed it out in the morning of the next day. So you can't make this stuff up. And again, what is even the issue here? So I think the only thing that they had that they were saying was Richard Hall had a camera in public where he recorded and deleted contents right here. So Mr. Hall intended to try to speak to Ms. Gilbard, he said, and I accept that he intended to ask if she would be interested. So he went to literally do journalism and ask questions to the victims. Hey, do you want to talk? That's all he wanted to do. And to ask, interested in helping him by answering some questions about the Manchester incident or words to that effect, and that he had no intention of speaking to Eve. In videos published on April 2015, In July 1st, 2016, Mr. Hall drew attention to the fact that a guy who was trying to get evidence regarding Sandy Hook had been put on trial for upsetting those families. So again, Sandy Hook, Alex Jones, and so on. In light of this, Mr. Hall said, the advice I would give someone who does not want to pick up a camera and go to one of these fabricated events and try and get their own evidence is to be extremely polite and courteous. So Mr. Hall said, literally just be courteous and ask them. But they are, again, these are fabricated events. Mr. Hall drew attention to this, and I accept that his intention was to ask politely for Miss Gelbert's help. Nonetheless, it would have involved springing up on her a request for an interview on her doorstep. So if you ask for anyone for an interview, you can go to jail, and so on. So Mr. Hall then left the vehicle for a few hours, parked in the street about 3 hours down from Miss Gilbert's house. On the dashboard, he left the camera rolling. He said in the film, skeptical over whether the daughter had any injuries. He went there to go ask them, and left it on in the camera in the car in a public place. The camera recorded footage which Mr. Hall later viewed. This showed, as he said in his book, while I was away, 3 people came out of the house. They were Sarah Gilbert, a carer, and a girl in a wheelchair. They helped the girl from the wheelchair into the backseat of the car, then put the wheelchair in the boot and drove off. My camera was not close enough to see any injuries nor make a definite identification. From this, I suspect Eve Hibbert is in a wheelchair. And then he says, although I accept Mr. Hall's evidence that the camera recorded events along the length of the public street, it is plain that he is set up to capture any images of Eve leaving her house, including images of her on her driveway. Mr. Hall subsequently deleted the footage from the memory card. He did not publish any of the camera footage that he used. So he recorded to see in a public place to see if she was injured, and then deleted the footage and never published online anywhere. So in other words, where's the harassment? Like, it's actual journalism. It's like, so every single footage that's every single journalist ever that's trying to get any information privately is somehow liable for prison or whatnot. And neither the claimants nor Miss Gilbert were aware of Mr. Hall's visit. So again, they weren't being harassed. No one's being harassed. When it occurred in September 2019, and in 2022, 3 years later, addressed below the circumstances in which it subsequently became away. So he made an update in 2020 during COVID. Again, after COVID, people were more brainwashed to, go absolutely nuts. All right. And then they also say, he sold copies of his book, 600 copies, and so on. So 600 copies. And around the same number of DVDs. So this is, again, they're saying, he's selling stuff. BBC gets billions. Let's go. BBC billions in taxpayer. So, and why isn't the BBC shut down? They're getting billions and billions in taxpayer money. And from taxpayer, I think, in the billions. How much did they get? BBC. Where's the billions? Let's go to here. Billions in taxpayer money. Okay. Government invests enhancing BBC. Can someone explain the unique way of funding? Let's see. How much do they get, though? How much do they get? Billions. BBC Wiki. Okay, see the funding. Okay. See how much they get funding. Taxpayer. Funding. Okay, how much do they get? Principal means of funding. So the television license costing $169 per year per household since April. Such a license is required. According to BBC's annual report, its total income was $4.8 billion, in a decrease from this, which can be broken down as commercial businesses collected from householders. So householders have to pay $3.69 billion. Do they? I think they have to pay it, right? Okay, I tweeted about years ago. BBC billions. Okay, BBC tax. Yeah, okay, so BBC gets $6 billion from taxpayers to post comedic fake news. Okay, they also post this also. We need to start talking about thin privilege. All right, that is true. How much do they get? Why does BBC get $6 billion per year through taxpayers? Okay, I put it right here. See through BBC fake news. Where's the $6 billion coming from? But anyways, I'll ask ChatGPT. How much taxpayer money does the BBC get per year? Receives 3.8 billion per year from the license fee. That's 3.8. That's euros or pounds. British corporate primarily funded television license income was 5.8. They're commercial activities. Okay, so yeah, so it is that. So again, when they say that the fee there, it's literally you have to like force to get it. I prefer this response. Can people opt out of the fee? Okay, they can opt out if they do not watch or record live TV broadcasts on any channel and do not use BBC iPlayer. Households that only watch on demand or catch up content on non-BBC streaming. But continue to use BBC or watch live TV could face so fines if caught. So basically, if you watch live TV, you're gonna have to pay 159 pounds per year. So this is what is that in USD? 130.93, 4.6 billion US. All right, absolutely ridiculous. So Richard Hall sells 600 books and 600 DVDs, and he's getting sued and destroyed, while BBC gets 5 to 6 billion a year, and if you don't pay and if you have live TV, you're gonna go to jail. Okay. Okay, this is absolutely mind-boggling. And then another thing, the book is 435 pages long. Okay, so maybe you should look at the evidence. And he tried to discuss evidence, but the judge would not allow any evidence brought up about the events, because they just assume that the mainstream is correct, and they said we will not look at it. It's like it's kind of basically they're saying that. Any contrary opinion to the mainstream narrative is wrong. So thus, now we're only going to focus on the alleged harassment, which never happened. Okay, Mr. Hall in the book, he discusses 16 injured and so on, and the injured conclusions, and then they just go over the conclusions. He's saying that there were no images showing a bleeding open wound. That is true. Then there was no image showing a bleeding open wound. Okay, and he says more evidence needed to establish when, where, and how the injuries were obtained. Such evidence might transpire as a result of further investigation. So again, when you look at it, there's actually no evidence of anything going on. Even evidence of the guy being actually there. Besides, he was at a restaurant. That's all. He had a photo with his daughter at a restaurant before the event. So it's like, okay. And so on. And they keep going on and on. 64 pages of absolute nonsense. Over absolutely nothing. And they mention, again, numerology. And then... see right here, for the reason I've given, a clemency of skin and the harassment. Let's see what else they... Okay, so I readily acknowledge that, for example, the book, the film, and the 2020 video at least obviously contain material that is the complainant's personal data, making them data subjects, and the data defendant is obviously a controller of such data. It's like, okay, here's a photo of them. Here's a photo of someone from a public event. Okay. And it's like, has objected that he has published information that was in public. Defendant has objected by saying he has published information that was in public domain. Literally, there's images of him in BBC article. If you talk about him from a BBC article, you get just. So it's like he's using literally actual stuff that he posted about, and so on. Let's go to the Hibbert. I think it's Hibbert. Let's see if I posted something on it. I think I may have posted about Hibbert. Let's see. I think. Okay, this was the documentary. Okay, so useful links, dinner tweets. I think it's the only evidence that they have that they claim from it. Okay, so we're gonna go here. See if you watch the thing. So this is the guy suing him. There's his daughter. A quick pit stop with Eve before a date with Ariana Grande. So this is the only evidence that he is using. Okay, so here, Table of Two by Richard Hall. I think this was the 2020 foot. Yeah, this is 2023. Yes, 20. Okay, so when was this feature documentary? Well, I think this was 2023. Yeah, so 2023. This is afterwards I think once he got sued. Yeah, legal proceedings on it. So this is the guy that's that's suing him. Again, the guy's definitely some sort of Freemason. So the father, Martin Hibbert, at the Manchester Arena Ariana Grande concert alleged bombing is suing Richard for his work and proving it was a psyop. If you have information on Martin, please let me know, and me and Richard know. And he actually asked if there's any info on this guy, like what's going on here. So that was a tweet that they used to say that he was there. That's the only thing he has. And then Happy International Nurses Day to all the nurses around the world working around the clock to care for the sick. So this is 10 days before. Martin's tweets on or before May 2017. Let's see what he has. Let's see what he has there. From Martin Hibbert, May 22. I think it's from October 25th. And how did I search that? Okay, this is October 22nd. I'll try to find out right now on him. Search advanced settings. Let's go to, man, this is so bad. From these accounts, filter to, so what I'll do is I'll go from January 1 to, it sometimes works better when you add both dates. Okay, so I'm going to go December, I'll go to May 31 year 2022. So all the tweets he did leading up to the Mariana Grande. Okay, so all the best, yours. Thanks. I'll be up here. Let's see. Oh no, that was. Oh, I got the thing wrong. Oh, it's 2017. I got the way wrong. Until 2017. So the guy obviously has a big social media presence as well. So the last tweet he did was this one, May 22nd. Again, this is the 22nd, and that's when it occurred. Let's see. Ariana Grande bombing wiki. Let's see some stuff we can find. Okay. Yeah, Jackson Rip Holmes. Yeah, it says legislative quote truth. It appears United Kingdom is more hostile than U.S. Yeah, it does look like it. U.S. in my view is like designed to be like the fake freedom country. Okay, so now the revisionist sent me a photo. We'll show that. Okay, now Manchester Arena bombing or Manchester Arena attack was Islamic terrorist suicide bombing. This is again May 22nd. Again, blaming the Muslims and so on. Okay, so that's May. So this is the latest one, and then going before that, a day before, sign them up, 17. Okay, there's literally nothing going on, and soccer stuff. And yeah, I should put these just for interest. I'll update this this setup here because it didn't work properly. Because okay, edit on or before. All right. I'll just keep that there. All right, anyways, so if you have any, I put this link there if you have any research to look at through his old tweets and see what happens. Again, if I'm talking about this guy's public content that he's tweeted about, well, am I going to go to jail too? And he's also looking forward to seeing Rusty Rockets. Oh, man. Russell Brand Rebirth. Interesting symbology there. And you have all the religions on there too. And now he's pulling the whole pretending to be Jesus, etc. So this is a rebirth, Russell Brand Rebirth 2017, and now he obviously has a big rebirth and he's on a Rumble. So this is absolutely wild stuff. All right, so that's that, and I'm gonna play. Let's see, I think he sent a video, and then I'm gonna go washroom, and then we'll power through the random stuff. I think we're done with the MH3 with the Richard Hall stuff. Let's see what he sent here. Where did that thingy come from? Okay, wrecking one's life in. Again, I just don't want to copyright. Okay, just 1 minute.
In Russia last year, 400 people were arrested for things that they said on social media. 400 people in Russia. Obviously, this country is very different. How many people do you think were arrested in Britain for things they said on social media last year?
Go on.
Take a guess.
I have no idea.
3,300.
Really? Arrested for what they'd said on social media?
Yeah.
Really? What sort of things get you
Well,
arrested?
one example I give in my show is there was a young woman from Liverpool called Chelsea Russell. Her friend was killed in a car crash, a 19-year-old woman. And she posted the lyrics of his favorite song on her Instagram, the lyrics. And it was a rap song, so the lyrics contained several instances of the N-word. Okay? She was arrested, prosecuted, found guilty, given 500 hours of community service and a fine, tagged, and for a year she was under 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. curfew.
My goodness.
In Britain.
In Britain.
In 2018.
All right, so that was 2018. That's absolutely wild. All right, so that is that. Okay, Russell Brand. Yeah, Russell is an absolute clown. Yeah, but yeah, so this is absolutely ridiculous stuff. Russell Brand was headlining with Donald Trump on the Bitcoin conference, and RFK Jr. and all these other clowns there, and Edward Snowden. What is going on here? Okay, and he has Alex Jones. Okay, so he had Alex Jones on, and then somehow he squished Alex Jones to make him look like super wide. His face is super widened and so on. So I wrote Alex Jones on Russell Brand's show. Why did they stretch AJ's face? And then he also had this guy here, Ted Walters. A very interesting. Then he has Tucker Carlson. Again, this after his rebirth, and U.S. Senator confirms the existence of aliens, UFOs, and so on. And again, so this is messed up stuff. Okay, I'm gonna. So we've been 3 hours here. I'm gonna try to power through. I'm gonna go wash them quickly, and then we're gonna power through the random stuff and end this stream. So we are all done there. Switch over. All right, so we've done all this numerology. Yeah, so it's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing to Richard Hall. Because Richard Hall is, again, that's where I found out Judy Wood and so on from. Okay. So now I'm going to go over the random notes and see what I haven't done. But I'm going to go watch them first. And whenever I do that, I put the music on. The only music that it's not copyrighted and so on. So I'm going to play the music. Let's see, which one should I put? Those Sama, not the Sama. George Comedy Club. I'm going to go watch them.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
Knock down the World Trade Center, okay? It wasn't the Iraqis that knocked down the World Trade Center. We went after Iraq, we decimated the country, Iran's taken over, okay. But it wasn't the Iraqis. You will find out who really knocked down the World Trade Center because they have papers in there that are very secret. You may find it's the Saudis, okay? But you will find out it wasn't Iraq.
All right, it'll be find out it's the Saudis, all right? A bunch of psychos. All right. Okay. So that was this one here. Okay. So now let's power through. What do we have? Ted Walter cut. Okay. Now the version sent in a bunch, but let's see how much time we have. I don't want to spend too much. 58 people. We have a whole bunch of people showing up. So I think like the better time for people is like later in the day, but I just don't have that much time. Okay. So we have 58 people. We're packing up, and I'm gonna go here. Okay. Well, let's see what did anyone chat in the Rumble? Another one. Oh, we had Rumble people. Okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, so that's Jackson Rip Holmes. Sorry about that. I didn't see that earlier. I'll say yep. Definitely Holmes. Okay, guys, we have a first commenting on Rumble, so I'll start showing these a bit just because we didn't have any on there. Okay, epic stuff there. Okay, so I will, yeah, there's so many chats and everything there. Okay, so I'll periodically just check. Trump's relationship with Larry Silverstein. Yeah, he also has a relationship with Diddy. I think he's been to Diddy parties too. Anyways, they're all a bunch of creeps. Okay, so we're doing some quickly power up through the random notes. So Methyl Miner shipped us off. Birthday Clinton. Birthday Forbes. Also, Joe Rogan discusses the lack of damage to Trump's ear because he was never shot. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll send this by Nylon Revisionist. Okay, this was, I'll share it later in the day, 7:11 or 7:10. Let's go here.
I was,
he was a nice
once
guy.
they shot you, I was like, he's got to come in here. It's all about timing.
It's all about the timing.
Timing's
I think
good.
our timing's perfect. Do you even have a scar on your ear? You got anything on there?
I do.
What do we say? What do you got
So, right over here.
Oh, it's a tiny little
See,
mark.
it zicked right there.
Yeah. It healed up pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's little. It's not like some of the wrestlers, some of the UFC fighters.
No, you didn't
It's
get
a little bit-
cauliflower
No. It was sort of like a top shot.
Mm-hmm.
The point of the bullet was a
Boy.
little of the ass, but you see the thing's taken off a little bit. But it makes me a tougher guy. You know, the fighters.
All right. So it's clearly nothing happened to it. All right, and here's the close-up. Even right after, there's literally no apparent damage to Trump's ear. Certainly no need for a giant bandage. So there's literally nothing going on. There's nothing happened. All right, he has a giant band-aid. He needs to fight nonsense. And also the other part about the ear. Ear. You can search up ear. Oh, it says ear there. Okay. Also, I got new earrings. Oh my goodness, these are actually magnet earrings I found somewhere. Let's go. All right, I don't want Paul Loveless to see that. He'll be like, oh, he'll send you some emails again. Okay, let's go back to ear sound. All right, let's go back to the hearing. What is happening here? Okay, go to the hearing. So the alleged bullet in Trump's quote fake assassination shooting attempt would have damaged his hearing from the bullet's shockwave as well as high pressure heat sound associated with it. So again,
the shockwave can front of the projectile, but since there's nothing to contain which bent, each projectile is pretty close, around 1,600 feet per second, more than 1,000 miles an hour.
So just by literally a shockwave from that far distance, when he says it actually hit it, it can cause this aluminum just to shrink there. So imagine all in your ear with again going faster than speed of sound, hitting your ear, and the shockwave will damage your hearing and the sound and everything and so on.
The shockwave can.
Anyways, that was a slurring effect. Okay, so we just powered through that. So again, there's nothing happened to his ear, and again, for those who aren't aware, I literally predicted Trump. Let's go assassination. And I've been literally talking about this for absolutely like at least 2 years ago, and then I made a video literally. I made a giant. I went over the where's the live stream? Okay, this was before. Where did live stream go? Okay, this is it was actually this year 20. Yeah, this one right here. Whoops, still not there. Where's all these stuff? Okay, live stream 41. Yeah, so live stream 41 on Trump's birthday, day after, but I posted 14th. I said, join me as a deep dive into the many instances seemingly foreshadowing Donald Trump's upcoming, quote, fake assassination. And yeah, this is before the shooting. Unlike, and recovery, unlike other claims of predictive programming, this one is for an event that has not yet happened. And again, a Trump fake assassination predictive programming before the event. All right? Absolutely wild. Okay, so that's before the event, guys. And then people were telling me, someone in the comments saying, hey, if you know what's going to happen, it's not going to happen. I'm like, all right, let's see about that. Okay, first ear POTUS. That is true. Okay, so the next setup, Joe Rogan, MES EMF 9/11, a video turning to a giant documentary, sifting through 20 hours of live footage, war with Iran. And also, I'm going to be focusing on more of my free energy research, like actual free energy research, not just Ashton Forbes regurgitating what's already been known and then mixing it in with MH370. But I'll be doing some epic stuff going forward. So I'll spend less stuff on 9/11. And I'm also working on a giant one. So this will eventually come out. And I'll open up right here just to show you this part right here. So I'm working on this EMF. Initially, I was working electromagnetic interference on 9/11, and then it became bigger and bigger. And then I realized I need to sift through so much live footage because I found a whole bunch of like electromagnetic interference in every single footage, but also some of the live stuff being said was absolutely astonishing. And then again, sadly, war with Iran, World WW3 is coming, and I'll show that right now. You'll see it once the video comes out. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I was literally shocked. Yeah, Eric Red says, I think attempt was real, a miracle. Well, you just ignored what I just said. So you have to say the attempt defied physics. So that's what you have to say. All right, and common sense. There's a video, 1985, predicting Trump getting shot. Yeah, that's the, that was 1958 one right there. That was, and the guy's name is Trump too. Yeah, the guy's tracked down 1958, tracked down. It was a scammer, and so on. Gets shot. You can watch that video.
Got a name?
Trump.
I bet it fits. Your name is Trump?
Yeah.
How long are you gonna let this?
Anyways, and then they shoot
Every
him.
minute you're alive, my neck's in trouble. And there was a saddlebag. I'll take it.
Yeah, so they killed Trump right there in 1958. And if you want some epic connections to a lot of Trump cult stuff, Trump 19, I think, Trump at a time right here, 1958. This one's got an obscene amount of like connections and so on. And also, speaking about Trump predictive programming, so you can go to the New York Post right now. Yeah, so the villain in the Back to the Future was literally based on Trump. This guy's name is Biff. Oh, I hate how it just covers up my text there because I hide it like that. Okay, yeah, yeah. So the screenwriter Bob Gale of the Back to the Future, writer, he modeled bad guy Biff. What's his full name? Biff something. Anyways, he modeled it literally after Trump. This is a 2015 article, 9 years ago, 2015. And then fast forward, you literally have New York Post saying they endorsed Trump. Choice clear to put nation on right track. Back to the Future. It's like what? And the guy literally looks like Trump too, and in the trilogy. So what's the guy's name? Back to the villain in Back to the Future. I think is Biff something. What is the guy's name? Why can't I just find this one? Yeah, it's like absolutely. I'm gonna write the name there. I need to know the name. Also, a pro tip, Guardian, it's behind a paywall. If you just archive it, just download this archive.ph. Go to archive.ph. If you archive it, you can see the whole thing without paying. What's the guy's name? Biff Tannen. And tanned. Okay, so Trump is tanned to the max. The villain, Biff Tannen. Whoops. Again, I need to know the names. Okay. Yeah, so we have this now, and now finally this giant document, giant thing is loaded up. Oh, Biff Tannen. Okay, they got the name all right. Okay, so now it's finally loaded up. It took a while, but look at this, 2 hours already so far. Yeah, 2 hours. And for example, here at the first impact, you'll see a glitch happen on this camera. This is the first impact. Notice the glitch.
I just want to get also.
What the hell was that?
It sounded like a plane crash.
All right, so I'll be posting this, and also there's a clock stops and electromagnetic interference everywhere. And I found a whole bunch of footage and stuff that I've never seen before. But before that, I'm gonna go to the end. What I've done is I condensed 8 hours into because I also like fast forward most of it by like 1,000 times speed. This is 1 hour, so 8 hours into 50 minutes. This is one of the ones, but we'll see. I'll be posting a long one, then a short one, and then a synced one of the second impact. But I want to open up this one. Okay, so it's loading up. It's just taking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I won't save, so I'll have to unlock this, just so it's easier to sift through. Actually, I'll just go like this. Or I will just open it up. Okay, so also this is Stephen Newman. It was live in there, but wait, what up? Because I have so many stuff open with the stream, it's taking a while. Okay, so I'll do this and I'll ungroup. This was 8 hour footage I compressed in here. And let's see what's gonna happen now. Okay, so it's taking a while. Okay, so it's loading. As it loads, I will just okay, it's gonna blow up my computer. But anyways, so that's Biff Dawn. But I want to get to the War with Iran part. So War with Iran's coming, guys. Okay, so it's not loading there. So what I'll have to do is I'll do it separately. Okay, so it's not doing that, so I'm gonna just close this. Okay, so that closed. I'll have to open up again and then do other stuff. And I won't do that because I have so many things open right now. Okay, so the next part here, I'll get back to that as it loads up. Actually, it's still opening up. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here. Whoops, where is all this stuff going on? Okay, MEF, I'll put this right here. Okay, it's loading up. Leave it like that. Okay, so something's going on. I don't know why it's Okay, so anyways, we're going into Telegram. Okay, so this is a former demolition worker, knows full well the buildings on 9/11 were dewed up. So this guy here, I'm trying to send him an email a couple times, but he doesn't know how like technology works. He says, "Hi, I was in a demolition field for 29 years. Conventional demolitions, 99.5% of the time, leave the building as is. But when it comes to demolition involving explosives, yes, windows will be removed in special situations. In fact, a large East Coast demolition company called CDI was selected as a general contractor for the WTC site cleanup. Operating engineers from my local, a couple of them that I know, went to NYC after a, quote, major Detroit-based demolition company negotiated a workable price agreement with the Port Authority and CDI, $8 million, but ended up settling for $4 million to take down a 9-story building and one other building then loaded out. From 1978 to 2007, I was in a demolition field, so 29 years, that's where I am coming from. When we looked at a 50-foot pile of Building 7, we should be wondering where the 200-foot piles of Towers 1 and 2 went. You do know that there should have been over 100 square acres of corrugated, that's hard to pronounce, deck and panels, decking and panels, and all that concrete that should have been on the site. I'm not sure how large or just how many microwave weapons were used that day. All I do know is that it is really effing scary. First off, that is power even exists, and more so that it was used in an American city and on American citizens to create what I call the largest psychological mind F operation in American history. Great set of videos. The time lapse and multiple speed filming does prove that those buildings continue to froth up into dust and for the most part just blow away. Thank you for posting it. And he also emailed me. He also asked me for a way to contact him, and I'm trying to contact him. He just doesn't. I told him to email me. It's because I want him on the live stream. So I want a demolition expert on the live stream. And also he mentioned here also as the Adam Weisenberg when he discussed Lee Wheelberger. He also this was I don't like the guy. I unsubscribed from his channel about 3 to 4 years ago. Also, I was in OKC back in 1995. Explosives were used inside the Murrah building. There was concrete damage 600 feet down the street on the front and side of the Regency Tower apartments. That is a 24-story building. Plus, I was in demolition field for 29 years, so I could see what went down OKC MD. Okay, interesting. But I think OKC also has some do stuff. Anyways, okay, so we're back here. But anyways, I contacted him. I'm trying to get him to email me, but he just doesn't reply to the reply. He just puts on the comments. Anyways, guys, we're going here. Okay, first of all, there's a couple things that are in the live footage that's absolutely wild. It's like they're already prepping for, first of all, invading Muslim countries, and for blaming Iran. Okay, this guy here. Yeah, okay, this guy. We're going right here. Let's go listen to this right here.
For joy.
So they had one of these like Israeli think tank people, and then let's see what he blames. And they also talk about Osama bin Laden and other stuff.
Arafat has been condemning all the violence in Israel for the past few months.
He's condemning it with this hand and doing it.
Yeah, this is live and on 9/11/2001.
With the other hand,
It is very.
It's irrelevant, but this is more than that. This really has nothing to do with what's happening in Israel.
Yeah, he's saying it's nothing to do with what's happening in Israel or Palestine.
Happening in Palestine.
What does it have to do with?
This all started out when President Carter allowed the Shah of Iran to be taken over.
This is 2001 9/11, right after the September happens. While it's still turning to dust, he's saying it's Iran.
By the group in Iran. Once Iran became an Islamic state, it gained a base and a legitimacy. See, this was only a fringe movement until Iran came into being. Once Iran came into being under Ayatollah Khomeini, okay, it gained a base and a legitimacy. Once it gained a base and a legitimacy, this became a transnational movement, which is a movement to go through boundaries. And this has been since Iran came into being. This movement has been growing and growing, and it's been growing more poisonous ever since.
And so this is just a strike, really.
Gone through boundaries. I'm sorry.
So this is really a strike against the U.S. You're saying that it doesn't have that much to do with what's going on between Israel and the PLO. That it
totally nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do.
Totally nothing to do with it. The Khomeini movement had zero to do with Israel, and that's where all this comes from.
All right. So literally, and then they're also saying Osama bin Laden funded by Iran or something like that. And they mentioned Osama as well. Okay, this one right here. I think Osama. There it is. Okay, this is the good one. Okay, this is like I'm trying to tell you, this documentary is absolutely. It's like a documentary where I just show clips and fast forward, so it's like live. So you can see this, and I have this part here, 197 times speed in 3 seconds. So you'll hear them talking, and then it skips like fast forward, see the tower turning dust in the background, and you have this guy talking. Let's see what this guy says now.
We go back now to Mr. Palevsky, American Foreign Policy Organization, and we were talking about this terrorist group. Rosanna, you had asked.
Yeah, so you don't think it has anything to do with this terrorist group? You think Osama bin Laden is...
Okay, Osama bin Laden. So the guy's saying Osama bin Laden, Iran. But notice his hand sign. Notice the hand sign of Osama bin Laden. Notice that.
Behind this.
Yes. Because
he's matching. It's the same with the Hitler one. You got Malcolm X. You got, this is the... I think the Iranian general, Qasem Soleimani, and you got MLK, Martin Luther King, all doing this. And you got this Orlando Brown wearing, this is like that that former actor, now he's turned like a musician now. He's doing that too, but with a double sign, double finger, pinkies out. And he's wearing a Freemasonic necklace, all right? So again, the world's all stage, guys. It's all stage.
This is a very coordinated effort. This had to have detailed planning. It had to have a tremendous...
So he knows it has to have detailed planning, tremendous support, advanced technology.
...of infrastructure to do this, tremendous coordination, and it had to have a worldwide...
Anyways, and the guys in the chat, just stop putting that Israel emoji and all this nonsense. Because Israel is one part of this giant world government. And also, we know the game plan is usually try to get channels deleted with anti-Semitic stuff. Again, the world's run by one government, and Israel is as much as responsible for 9/11 as Nigeria is. They're all the same. They're all under the same umbrella, and Israel's going to be part of the World War III focus of the world, and so on. We haven't owned anything for a long time. Who's we?
Network. That's the only organization right now that we know about that has that is Osama bin Laden's group in Afghanistan.
And that would have the financing to pull something like this off as well.
Right.
Now, we showed...
See, this guy knows. How does he know the script? How does he know it's Osama bin Laden? Oh, what else did I have here?
...action from the West Bank, and it showed people rejoicing in
the... Oh, yeah. Okay, so now, all at the same time, we're going to go right here. Okay. And also here, similar in COVID, during COVID, where the only way to communicate was online. In 9/11, all the cell phones was too overloaded, a lot of them. So then they were saying that they're using the internet. They're like, they check out this new thing. People are contacting their loved ones using the internet.
Well, Brian has been monitoring the internet for us right now. Brian, what are you seeing over there?
You know, what's happening here is I believe everyone feels, if nothing else, a bit of a safety in being able to communicate immediately with the internet because phones are down. So you're hearing a bit of panic on the internet saying, I can't get a hold of someone, but they're...
All right, yeah, epic. Yeah, Eric read 5 dancing Nigerians. It's like the dancing Israeli stuff is just the biggest nonsense I've ever seen. It's just some insider. It's like some likely Mossad people or whatever. It's like, well, what's the difference? It's like they're just some agents that know what's going to happen. There's literally entire predictive programming, like entire movies being made about 9/11 being happened. In other words, they've been laughing in your face, and everyone's been laughing in your face forever. It's the same way as the Nigerians lock down the world, lock down their own people with COVID. So they follow every single law that comes up. They also follow the same counterterrorism nonsense. It's all just yes. Basically, if you think in teams, you've already lost. And also, this is one thing I found. This truck is literally, it looks like it's driving in dust and turning to dust.
Chest pains and smoke inhalation. Meantime, those who arrived at the hospital were given face masks and bottled water. All of them, by the way, covered with soot and ash from the debris.
Anyways, I like I said, just put the user timeout. Just enough of this Israel bashing for. It's like you could just say it a few times, but I don't want to get my channel deleted. With all this like Israel.
And I'm sure you've been telling us.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this fire truck, literally turning dust.
In a sense, positive things in the sense that the injuries that something can be done about.
Not many countries refuse to go through anything here, right? Like, not refuse to comply with anything. Like, for example, free energy suppression is literally being suppressed. And 9/11, they can, every country in the world can do a quick YouTube search and realize, oh wow, U.S. AL has advanced tech beyond our wildest dreams. Okay, why not talk about it? Instead, they just go along with any and every war, any and other fake terrorism measure and so on. I gotta find the thingy I'm looking for. I gotta find the dancing in the streets. So they showed Palestinians dancing in the streets right here. Okay, I'll try to power through faster. Okay. Yeah, I think it wasn't degrading. Yeah, but to me it just looks weird. That fire truck, it just looks like, it's like, why is there dust completely on it, like floating around? But yeah, it does look like it's something happened to it. But yeah, it could be just like thick dust. Even then, it could just be like this dust is somehow sticking to it, and like flying off. Okay, there's like all these other ones on it. Because you can see the trucks, you can see the cars. The cars look like they're rolling on it, even though they're covered in dust as well.
Medical personnel advised as to.
So here's people.
More than 250.
So these people, when it's moving, it looks like the dust is on them.
Injuries and breathing and cardiac problems. The hospital.
So the dust is sticking to them. Let's see how it sticks to the people.
Is located in the shadow of the World Trade Center.
Okay, let's see when they start driving. Okay, let's see how these guys start driving.
But 2 others had to be transferred.
So notice how the dust is way behind them.
One a severe burn injury.
So it looks like it's most of it's behind them, like from the ground.
Hospital's present.
But it does look like a bit on it, yeah. So it could be let's see where that dust is.
The debris.
Okay, where's that?
And I'm sure you've been telling us.
Yeah, so it's like completely covered in dust.
In a sense, positive things, in the sense that.
So one thing that'd be interesting is if we can spot if this was one of the ones that wilted, one of those super toasted trucks. So then the question is, if it's fine, is driving fine right now, what made it wilt afterwards? Okay, going. Okay, I think this is a dancing one. Where's the dancing one? Okay, I think this is it. This is one.
West Bank.
Yeah. So for those who are saying, where's the dancing Nigerians? Well, here's a dancing Palestinians. So I don't know which one.
At this point, we're being told that we have some videotape. It's reaction from the West Bank after hearing the news about the attack on the World Trade Center, and they're actually rejoicing in the streets. Now, this is from the West Bank. It's really shocking when you look at that video. You see people coming out of stores with their thumbs up, like this is a terrific thing. Young children rejoicing in the streets, chanting, singing, like this is some type of celebration.
Well, Palestinians assume that.
All right. Awesome stream. Yeah, True Seeker saying there's a pre-recorded. Well, the mainstream fact check says it wasn't. So I don't know if do you have any evidence of it. You can literally see. But again, regardless, it's like I don't see why they wouldn't. A lot of people do hate U.S. Like in Iran, if you go to the university in Iran, they literally have Israel flag and U.S. flag on the ground, like as an image, and so everybody walks on them. So I don't know what you want. Like they literally walk on them. So a lot of people are dancing. 9/11 fact check. Like again, I have no way knowing this was live. Yeah, but regardless, what I'm trying to say is, this is the same sentiment a lot of people have. Yeah, claim that dancing is largely substantiated, but it does say it was shown there. Fact check. And this is from September 23rd, 2001. No way. And they said CNN, yeah, old footage of fake. This is real. According to fact check, this was posted on the 23rd, so again, did not air decades old, by inclusion of its comments from a Palestinian praising Osama bin Laden. Again, there were some also, name was unlikely to have come up 10 years. Yeah, and there's also mention of Osama bin Laden in some of them, anyways. and so on. And then they had the Palestinian Prime Minister, he was saying he wishes peace on Americans. So it's like, and so what I'm trying to say is, regardless, even if it's fake, this is what the mainstream is telling us gonna happen. But again, a lot of people have that view of U.S. and so on. This isn't surprising because you have to brainwash both sides. You can't just have brainwash one side only. You have to brainwash both sides to hate each other. And hence why the mainstream goes along with these bogus terrorist, fake terrorist attacks. Okay, so anyways, but that's the mainstream. If you can find anything contrary to it, let me know. Okay, so let's go fast forward. Okay, this one here, this was a deep dive that Casimir Rules sent me on Gab. Yeah, it's very interesting on the passengers, 9/11 alleged passenger, ring and rubble, and other connections. We'll go over that. And this post right here, which was this one? I forgot. Okay, I just want to power through because if I get too long, I can't post on Twitter. Okay, this one here, Department of Defense. Yeah, this one. Okay. DOD, lethal use, update, and COVID, and Trump EO executive order pre-COVID. Okay, so this one here, the Department of Defense updated its DoD Directive 5240.01 on September 27, 2024 to include guidelines on the military's use of lethal force against the civilian population, just as the U.S. elections are soon underway. This reminds me of the Trump executive order on September 19, 2019, modernizing flu vaccines just before the COVID psyop began. Buckle up, folks. So elections coming up, and you got the Biden administration assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality, and in any situation, this is talking about the military. You can basically how to some guidelines on it, and also discussing they can also use the force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or seriously bodily injury. Again, they just updated, they include that wording. And if you go fast forward 2019, executive order by Trump on modernizing influenza vaccines in the U.S. to promote national security and public health. So when they do these laws, they're telling you what's going to happen. So he's going to have some sort of civil war-like war mumbo jumbo. All right. Going further, Tosakar. Okay, this is the Tosakar handle, and I already went over the Tosakars before the buildings even fell. Literally on impact of the Tosakars there. Let's go to handle. So this is very interesting. So this is a toasted car. Now you have this weird fuming going on the handle. So very interesting fuming of the door handle on this car on 9/11 resembles the fuming seen in the Hutchinson effect. So there's the fuming. It's just some dust fuming, whatever going on with that handle. And a lot of the cars were without handles, so there's no fire on it, just fuming. So that's a very interesting. And that also reminds me of the strings. Here's a vertical, like, silly string setup coming out of this vertical wave dust formation ejecting from the South Tower. So, like, this is, like, what is going on here? So it's just, in your slow motion, it's just popping out of there. So again, a lot of weird stuff going on at 9/11. Okay, it's like popping out. Alright, so that's that. And last one, I'm going to end the stream. Okay, guys, Casimir rules. So Casimir writes in a very funny way. All right, so now, Matthew, I know you're about to go live today with your Saturday YouTube show, but please carve out a moment to stroll once again through mine and AV3's nauseating 6 degrees of September 11th. Because he lives near, New York, where a lot of these spooks actually like reside or live there, etc., like Scott Myers. So firstly, let one say, one hasn't lived until one has rural neighbors who fly to Marrakesh for coffee table books on caftans, because there's a lot of words I feel like another planet. Okay, dress, women's caftans. It's like, man, what is up with this pre-search? Just search it up. And they removed the Google button there. They keep doing this again. Caftans. Okay, so this one here. That's a caftan. Interesting. Books and caftans, but that is where the Columbia County, New York bear, not in the Owen Benjamin sense, in the first sense, in the first photo has gone and bumped into the glamorous elderly jet setter Marissa Berenso. She's blocking Bobby's girth. And did you know Maria's sister Barry Berenso was on Flight 11 on 9/11. Can you hear me, Mark Conlon? Well, so sad. And yeah, and Barry had been happily married to the homo star of Psycho, Anthony Perkins, until he died of AIDS. Whoa, double whammy of tragedy ripped from the headlines. Yeah, but wait, here's a story that will warm your heart. Barry's ring. So this Barry Benson from Tony was found in a WTC rubble. So the passenger on Flight 11's ring was found on in the rubble of 9/11. That's one amazing job of metal detection. Thanks, quote rescue workers. And look, guess who reported that thing in the New York Post? Is that Larry Salona again? He's reported on Arcana side. That's the and the Epstein stuff. This is the Arcana side. That's the Hillary and Bill Clinton apparently killing people in Arkansas, and Epstein stuff. And did you know Larry Salona is an anagram for Royal Lancer? Interesting. Thanks for the stroll, Matthew. All right, let's go over some of this. So Crafton's brought us together. This Bobby Beard is at America. Oh, at America. Oh, like America. Crafton's brought us together. This is Crafton's with the wonderful Marissa Berenso, official at the book signing for Cameron Silver, a book. Crafton's boutique in Morocco just happened. Missed having Bibian with us. All right, interesting. Trying to like decipher what all this even. It's just a lot of the wording. Okay, who is it? Bobby Beard is wearing Crafton's, and then I think her sister. So she's blocking Bobby. Okay. Okay. So did you know Maria's sister? So this person right here, Maria's sister, was on Flight 11. So Barry Berenson, you notice the last name Berenson. Where's the, yeah? This is Marissa Berenson's official. So her sister, Marissa Berenson, was an American actress, model, and photographer. And Ring of Love, Amaze Pals, Hail Miracle relic found amidst WTC rubble. Among the relics is 2002, in January 17, among the relics found in the ruins of the World Trade Center was a simple designer silver ring worn as a symbol of enduring friendship among celebrity friends. It is believed to belong to Barry Berenson, the widow of actor Tony Perkins, who was on American Airlines Flight 11 when terrorists hijacked it and crashed into the North Tower. So she was on it, and she was married to an actor. Yeah, so and Barry Berenson and hijacked, and then so her ring was found, and the 53-year-old photographer and actress was among those who perished in an inferno. But the sterling ring, adorned with a gold cross, survived the searing flames. The elegant, distinct ring stood out in a photo in Tuesday's post of precious personal items uncovered at Ground Zero. So I'm going to have to put this in a passengers setup here. I have a giant passengers document. Yeah, 9/11 funded insurance rate hikes. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of insider guys. Insider trading, guys, is the norm. It's like when a bunch of these Freemason mumbo jumbo peeps know the script, they act accordingly. All right, so I'm gonna go Barry. No, what is her name? Barry. What is her name? Belonged to Barry Berenson, Whitten Berenson. Berenson. Okay, so Berinthia, Berenson. And I'll post this right here for further research. Her ring was found in the rubble. Allegedly. Okay, so ring found in rubble allegedly. So again, I have a giant Excel file of all the passengers, alleged passengers, and a bunch of the anomalies on them. And basically, I'm going to go through all that. So that was her, Barry Berenson. So I have to look at that and this ring of this one. The next one here, and I think, what did she say here? She was happily married to the homo star of Psycho, Anthony Perkins. So that was her married to this guy, and he's homo. Interesting. Let's go. What's his name? Anthony Perkins. Why is there a hashtag everything? Anthony Perkins wiki. And he died on September 12th, 1992. Oh no, no, that's not it. Why is he dying September 11th? Barry. Yeah, that's the wrong Perkins. Where is the Anthony Perkins Barry 9/11 There's no wiki there. Barry Brinsaw. Okay, who's she married to? Oh, Anthony Perkins. This other Perkins. Oh, this Perkins. Oh no. She was a widow. Oh, so he already died, and he died on September 12th. So she died on September 12th. Yeah, and then he was he actually gay? Okay, it was Tom Lee. Although homophobically written and resolved, the play was the only explicit work to hit Broadway depicting homosexuality. So, okay, so he was. Therefore, so was Perkins in a gay-dominated theater world. Okay, so he was gay, or at least acting gay. All right, so this is some interesting stuff. So, and then he died as well. So, her husband was a gay actor that died on September 12, 1992, and she died September. Barry, I'll put this as well. Again, these are like live updates. We're doing live research. And this one. Okay, so we are doing live, guys. What's the next setup here? I don't know where do you find all the stuff? Okay. Okay, so that was him. Okay, want to be mind blown? Larry Salona is an anagram for Royal Lancer. The same Larry Salona from the New York Post was the first to report the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Stanley Kubrick. So I think this is a writer there. So it's like hard to wrap my head around all this. Guess who? Okay, so the person who reported the ring found was the first person who reported the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. First person to report ring found. No, person to report ring found. Or ring found was first person to report Epstein's alleged death. Wow. So Larry Salona. Okay. Okay, and New York Post was the first to report the death of Jeffrey Epstein, Stanley Kubrick, JFK Jr., and all recent NYPD suicide. Guess who's the Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Lancers? Is that Prince Andrew? It's Prince Andrew, okay. And his name's anagram of Royal Lancer. No, that's pretty wild. This is some... Barry Kinrick's son helped kill Jersey's city shooting suspects, and then this is him. All the recent NYPD suicides. Okay, Bernard Kirk right here. There's a jailed killer cop questioned about Jeffrey Epstein's injuries. So this guy right here, again, Larry Salona. Prominent surgeon lost hospital privileges days before apparent suicide. All right. Okay, I think we've got to something here. Okay, I think we found a spook, guys. Larry Salona is a spook. What else did he do? JFK as well? What else did he say? I think he said Epstein. Let's go back here. Yeah, this guy here. JFK Jr. Stanley Kubrick. Let's go. Also first reported Stanley Kubrick and JFK Jr.'s death. Okay, guys, we have a spook working at New York Post or wherever he is working at. Yeah, Larry Salona. And New York Post is obviously knows the whole script, and you have a post right here. And New York Post is posting this. If this was Larry Salona, if he's the one posting this one, that's editorial page, I'll be mind blown. All right, guys, I think that's all for me, and that's all for today. We're almost at 4 hours. Okay, Richard Hall, where truthers were exposed. London Hall, yeah. Richard Hall, were truthers who exposed London Metro target? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Holmes. Okay, guys. But actually, yeah. Actually, yes, they were. Yeah. The 77 one. Yeah, the London one. That's the one of the guys that they went after him. I think he had to go to sentence as well. Let's go London. I think in Richard Hall's thingy. Yeah. So even the 77 one. Search shows 77. Bombings. Whoops. Yeah, ripple effect. The truth behind this one here. Yeah, you can see the guy who made them. They went after this guy here. Original filmed. What's the guy's name? They attacked him pretty big. Ripple effect 2. I think the original film produced revealed many gaping holes. Carried by intelligence to watch entire film. What's the guy's name? More deep hearing. Yeah, so this guy here. Since landing bombers in 2005, several films have been produced, which provide compelling evidence that the alleged bombers were set up to take part in a mock terrorist exercise. Ma Deep is a producer of one of these films called 77 Ripple Effect. He's been persecuted by the government simply for spreading truth. This interview was recorded the day before he was put in behind bars to be extradited. The case is very disturbing indeed and illustrates that the authorities of the UK and Ireland are connected and will twist the law to suit their agenda. Yes, they were, and I'll put this here. Opinion on Ryan Dawson's work, and if Jews did 9/11, I need to know before I consider taking this off. Ryan is a disinfo agent and liar. Yeah, so he's a disinfo agent. Don't take him seriously. And again, when they blame Jews, like there's nothing Jewish about turning the towers to dust. It's Israel again. It's part of the same script. Israel is the one for alt media to blame. In the same way people blame Muslims, alt media is to blame Jews. So it's like it's all part of the same script. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so I will start showing this one. Anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, here. See this link, Holmes. Yeah, so Ma Deep, and I'll go London. I'll go to put this here. Disinfo, no, Richard Hall. Interviewed London 7 documentary maker that was also harassed. And then, what's his name? Ma Deep. I think he went by that name. His name is something else. Dancing Israelis for one, degree that he's racial. What? The towers turn to dust. Okay, well, what did dancing Israelis have to do with towers turning to dust? Here's he also lies about 9/11 like nonstop throughout his life. He covers up 9/11 so he doesn't deserve to like breathe. He doesn't deserve any actual like anything on him. So you go to liars. I already mentioned him several times. He's an absolute here. Watch this one right here. He's part of the Liars for Truth. There is Ryan Dawson. He's an absolute psychopath. Watch this video right here. Liars for Truth. You can see the full one. It's part of the full documentary, 10 hours, right here. This documentary is absolutely epic. The only part I disagree with is the alleged planes on the first two objects were clearly not real Boeings. Oh yeah, so this one here is watch the documentaries. Yeah, this one here, Liars for Truth. You have every one of these are absolute psychopaths. And this guy here completely removed his channel for some reason. Anyways, that's Miles Power, and there's the Ryan Dawson, just straight psychopaths. All right, guys. I have literally no respect for it. And again, if you ever have any questions, you can search up my channel for Dawson or any name you want. For example, Dawson. See what shows up. Yeah. Oh, this is the other guy, Ryan Dawson. Yeah, Ryan Dawson's still lying about 9/11. So he's still lying about it right here. You could go right here. Steel beams didn't melt or get dustified. Quote dustified. So I think he pushes like it was building collapse or something. I don't even know what he's pushing. So he's showing a few photos of something. And he's saying didn't get dustified. Like, how pathetic is this guy? And then I call him out. He never replies to me. He even says that obviously a plane hit the Pentagon, and he just ignores me because he knows he'll throw out the garbage. And then interestingly, yeah. So then Ryan Dawson was on Stu Peters' show as well. That's interesting. Stu Peters is like a mixed bag. Okay, it's a no plano. It's a holographic projection one. Okay, so anyways, there's a troll in the Stop talking nonsense, troll. Okay, so we got trolls there. One more thing. I'll just mute this guy. I'll just leave it for now. Another one who's gonna mute it. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. Thanks for sticking around. And also, let's go to the donate button. Actually, I made some fam slash. Alright, guys, we're almost at 4 hours. That is all today, guys. Terrific show. Moved like a locomotive. Yeah, I was powering through. Yeah, thanks for sending me those that absolutely wild ring found and all those connections. So I think we found that guy, the New York Post guy, that Salona guy. 100% is a spook. It's like, that's crazy. All right, guys, donate button. Send me a bunch of cash money. Bless up Matt in chat. Yes, definitely. And also Disinfo agent guy, Scotch, weird troll. Anyways, you don't believe planes hit the towers. Anyways, go away, evil like psychopath. Like, it's like when people like literally have no clue what they're talking about. I just go hide this channel for you only. Just block temporarily. Timeout. You get timeout for 10 minutes. Another one, you'll get blocked forever. I don't have time for this absolute psychopath. It's like even if he's just a normie. Anyways, even if the guy's just a normie, gets misconfused. But again, you're confused about advanced stuff that I spent hours and hours on. You don't even need to like breathe. Just get out of here. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'll just put this right here. Oh, Rory Motion, thanks for the cash money, guys. Thanks for joining. Babylon working. It's actually pronounced Babylon working. There's no Y in it. Google that, Babylon working. It's not Babylon with a Y. You can go Babylon working. It's Babylon working with a Y, without a Y. So Babylon. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. Okay, I'll have a welcome. Yeah, thanks for that. $2 euro or pounds. That's about 50 bucks Canadian. Thanks. Okay, have a great weekend, everyone. Have a great... I'll place this here. Have a great weekend, guys. Okay, I'll post that there too. And then what's the other guy here? Have a great weekend, everyone. So we have one chat, two people in the Odyssey one person in the Rumble, and a whole bunch of peeps in this one. Okay, guys, we powered through how many hours? 3 hours, 46 minutes. I think it might be too long for Twitter, but whatever. Alright, guys, that is all, guys, and I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1.